Ladies, gentlemen, and however you may identify yourselves, welcome to what we are hoping, praying, manifesting every other word on the planet will be a night where we don't end in tears, we don't end in sadness, that the Sixers can pull something out of the hat. Myself, Liam Jenkins, our Sixers managing editor, Zach Chalvlella. We're here to run you through what may be, I think, the most intense night in a long time. The Sixers come into this game on the heels of what can only be described as one of the most explosive choke jobs in NBA history. And there's a long way to go. I think even just saying the words probably riled a lot of people up. Zach, what did you take from that game? Because obviously, where'd you even start? A lot of this is around Ben Simmons. A lot of it's around the free throw shooting, and then you get to the fourth quarter and the fact that no one does literally anything outside of Seth and Embiid. I think there were two players that scored a field goal in the entire second half. How much of this is on Embiid, and just where are you at, like, going into tonight? I feel like I've just started a therapy session.
Yeah, I was in a really dark place after Game 5. I immediately fell back into my old addiction on NBAtrade.com, and I lived there for about the next 2 hours or so. But what I will say is that, when we talk about whose fault was it exactly, so look, everyone knows, like, there's not one answer to this. It's not just Ben Simmons' fault. It's not just Tobias Harris's fault. There's so much blame to be put around, and I think everyone deserves at least a little bit of blame, except for Seth Curry. He's the only one who I say no blame whatsoever. So when we go Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons deserves a hell of a lot of blame for how that game went. Just absolutely. I think he took did he take and miss one shot in the fourth quarter? I saw some stat out there like that, but in any case, like, it's not even just. People for a while were talking about how, Ben Simmons isn't a 20, 30-point scorer. He's got to work on that. And it's like, okay, well, when he was putting up like 16, 18 points, playing all NBA defense, and was a triple-double threat, like, you could excuse some things.
Sure. But
if he's going to put up just completely paltry scoring number, and not even attempt, not even try, that's the thing. Philly... The city is willing to back people who actually give a damn and try. And that's the biggest problem with Ben Simmons in Game 5, is that he did not try. He did not care. If he did, he would have damn sure taken at least 10 shots in that second half. I mean, Joel Embiid carried them for 3 quarters on one leg, and that leg is questionable also. So, you have him going the entire time. Seth Curry, great game. Tobias Harris, he's struggling, all right? Who's going to step up? You're the $30 million man. You don't get to sit there and say, oh, well, someone else will take it. Someone else is going to carry out of this hole. Someone else will take care of this. No. I get that you're not the first, second, or even usually third scoring option. But I'll tell you what, when you have your number one scoring option who's going crazy, but he's slowing down because he's gassed, your number 2 scoring option has 4 points, your number 3 scoring option is doing okay. Well, so who's that third option then? All right? Because if you lose any one of those 3, you're supposed to, at bare minimum, be number 4. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing your job. And Ben Simmons, that's exactly what he's done. He's not done his job. So, Ben Simmons, if you're going to blame one person more than anyone else, it's Ben Simmons. And then I might put at a tie Doc Rivers and Tobias Harris. And then that's when you can talk about Joel Embiid as not purely innocent. But again, he gave what he had for 3 quarters and then some.
Yeah, I mean, so Philly first comes in, says, "What's up, fellas? Hope you're doing good, man. Thank you for tuning in to this. If you are just tuning in, make sure you drop a like. I know we're trying to get some more content here. Life has just been moving at a million miles an hour in about 87 different directions recently. But it's great to see you all back in. Lucas says it shouldn't have taken Dot to keep telling Ben to be more aggressive every time. At this point, he should just do it. And I think that's where a lot of the frustration is now with Ben Simmons. In the first couple of years, people looked at the injury and people looked at the way he came into the league and they were like, okay, he'll figure it out and Brett will figure it out. Then by year 3, year 4, it was Brett might not figure it out. He needs a coach to really get that next level out of him. And now I think we're just at a point where, I don't know, I don't want to harp too much on this because I want to try and keep it as positive as we can. I do feel like Ben Simmons is the kid in class that coasts because he's clever. Like, he doesn't have to try because he's good at what he does. And because of that, it means the areas that he does struggle and those subjects where maybe he isn't quite as strong, he fails dramatically and they let him down in a monumental way. And that, for me, I don't know, like, he turns it on when he has to, and it's so frustrating because when he does turn it on, I think we all know he's one of the best players in the league. But those flurries are literally just that. It's flurries in what is now becoming a league where, you know, I know we mentioned before bubbles, and there was a 3-point bubble, and there's been other stuff, and like teams move and NBA teams move quickly. If you can find a way to nullify a certain player, you do it. If it takes 4 people to shut down Steph Curry, you do it. If shutting down Ben Simmons and stopping him going crazy on the interior is say, all right, well, if we know he's not going to shoot a 3, and we know he's only going to move inside, we just take some of our bums and foul him 18 times. He misses half of them. You end up taking half the points damage as opposed to if you let him in and you frustrate him and it slows the game down. And it is just a life hack that if the Sixers aren't going to make any kind of adjustments and changes for that, then they're going to run themselves into some trouble. And I think this is where we get the Doc Rivers standpoint now, where whether it's the all bench lineups, whether it's the lack of a job, whatever it might be, that there is some real resentment that nothing is changing. Like, there are some clear flaws in this team throughout this series that aren't being addressed, that aren't being adapted for, and the Hawks, as a result, are able to kind of get up, and they know that, you know, they've done it 2 games in a row. It doesn't feel like any lead is safe for the Sixers anymore. It's back to that point where they could be up by 30, and realistically, all it's going to take is a little bit of hustle from Trae Young, a little bit of razzle and dazzle from a Lou Williams or a Collins, and it will be back all square again because the Sixers don't have that about them because the lineups aren't being changed. So there's a lot to go around. There'll be a lot to digest as the game goes on, but the importance of this one obviously is paramount. Like, worst case scenario, obviously the Sixers do face elimination tonight. How much of a disappointment would that be for this team after the year they had as a number 1 seed, and the amount of, I think the way they got the number 1 seed, the amount of momentum around Embiid's MVP campaign that many deemed should have been. I would say the ease in the first round, I think that's kind of understated a little bit, but it's just how much of a letdown is it if they go out tonight?
It's horrendous. It's the earth will shake, kind of a disappointment. So if they lose to the Hawks in 6, especially the way that they've lost, the Sixers are so much better than this Atlanta Hawks team. This Hawks team, yeah, they have a few good players. They're built in a good way, but they're not near a contender. That's just it. And the Sixers have also kind of proven that by the way that they can dominate this Hawks team. But just once again after another, they choke these leads away. And it's poor lineups by Doc Rivers. It's lack of support by your secondary stars. Inconsistency, horrible inconsistency from your bench. I'm not saying that we're looking at a complete makeover, but if they're out in 6, you're looking at, I think, one of Harrison Simmons definitely gone. And I would say a solid chance that the other one would be looked at in trade conversations.
Yeah. Lucas Ashton there says, if we did lose, I'd hope it'd be a major wake-up call to realise what's going on with this team. And I think I agree. Like, it feels such a far cry to go from where we were at the start of the postseason, understanding how I think lethal this team could be, how much damage they could do, and a lot of people just assume the only real team to get in their way would be the Nets. Like, outside of that, the path went through Philly, and it was a relatively winnable one at that. To then go from that conversation to Ben Simmons trade, Tobias Harris trade, the Dame Lillard conversation, it's a drastic jump, and I think it just shows the weight of importance that fans are putting on this, because fans, you go back to the pre-COVID stuff, like having not been able to watch their team for a year. Then on top of that, the frustrations of the last playoff run and how it ended with Boston. Then obviously the frustration where they haven't had a finals run for the best part of 20 years now. Like, this was the year. This is very much that mythical year. And if I'm going to equate it to anything, it does feel like the last World Cup as an England fan, and I don't want to discuss any further topic about England football team as of tonight. So the Sixers will be back on very, very shortly to tip this thing off. How do you see this going? Do the Sixers come away with a win, or is it at this point just a coin flip? Because the one thing that gets to me, just before I let you answer, is I'm not sure if you saw Doc Rivers' comment beforehand when he was basically like, yeah, if they get up, that's great, you never know. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Something about that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but it kind of is a toss-up. It depends on what Sixers team we see through 4 quarters tonight. Just because the team could come out looking like they, the dominant team that they can be in the first 3, it's that all-important 4th quarter. So no matter how big the lead is, people are going to be watching come that 4th quarter and really closely paying attention, because that's the game that matters, the 4th quarter. Really the first through 3rd quarter, unless Atlanta dominates early, it doesn't matter, because they've shown no matter how big of a lead they have, doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and let's take it away from the Sixers for a second, and we have to give the Hawks some credit, where no one really gave them the time of day coming into this, and you look at Trae Young, and it's all just memes about his hairline and stuff, and no one really gave, as a team, I think the Hawks at the time of day. It's very much Trae Young and whose army. And they have shown a real resilience. They've kind of embraced that underdog, like, we're not just going to roll over and lie down sort of mentality. And you're seeing some really big games from players like Lou Williams and Bogdanovic, and players who are good in their own right, but you wouldn't expect to be this much of a thorn in the side of the Sixers. And as annoying as it is that you're witnessing this monumental level of meltdown 2 games in a row, you can't take that away from the Hawks. They've put in 2 really strong, like, high character performances, which is the ultimate thing the Sixers have lacked. Like, they've got everything else ticked, but something about that character or the effort or the level of effort consistently through the game just hasn't been there.
Yeah, I think this Hawks team will be good. I think that Nate McMillan has done a really good job adjusting his lineup. He's clearly coached well in the series. When they go big and they play Gallo at the 3, Danilo Gallinari, that is a lineup that works very well against the Sixers, because you're working with Trae Young, of course, who is a thorn in anyone's side. Bogdan Bogdanovic, when he gets hot, one of the just most impressive shooters and scorers in the league. Additionally, you have Danilo Gallinari, who can stretch the 4 from 3. John Collins, who can shoot the 3 very well, and in addition to that, plays the same role as Clint Capella, who runs that pick and roll game perfectly with Trae Young. It's almost as if Collins and Clint Capella were built to play with Trae Young, because what Young does, obviously he works and he gets those ticky-tack foul calls, but additionally, he makes you keep him honest from the 3-point line, so you have to defend him up there. He can get past your guy because he is quick and shifty. He works his way on his way to the paint, and then he goes for, and it looks almost exactly the same, but it's either a floater or it's a lob to one of his big men, who both of them can jump out of the gym and slam that ball in. So he could even throw a floater, and if it's offline, just one of them will catch it and one of them will throw it down. So what'll happen often is that he will drive towards the lane, and you'll even have Collins and Capella closed at the same time. And so that way, it really gives Young an opportunity. He has three different looks. He can pull up for a jump shot, he can throw an alley oop, or he can, of course, go for his floater. Now, when he throws the alley oop too, he has two guys coming, okay, which gives him that advanced advantage where he doesn't have to just look. He doesn't have a tell basically. So it's gonna be difficult. The team is they're not gonna. If the Hawks win this round, they're not going to make any further noise, but they're built well against the Sixers.
Yeah, I already see the turn to alcohol there by the looks of it as well. Just a quick turn away. Brian comes in, so our lead Eagles writer, and says Sixers in 7 just because Zach's elite moustache. Do you know what? I agree. I commented the hair earlier before we got on this call because it's like a tradition now that I just notice whenever he has a haircut. Or that he talks to me just after he has a haircut, either or. But I didn't notice the facial hair. I've got to be said. It's impressive. I like it.
It has been a work in progress for quite some time, so we are getting there.
Yeah, I've still
what
got
most people build in a day took me a few months, but here we are.
Yeah, I'm still on the whole 26 years thing now. But yeah, that'll be like that time thing. It's been 84 years, like eventually of me growing facial hair. But guys, if you're new to the stream, if you're about to hang out with us, make sure again you do drop a like. Let's try and get those numbers up and see what we can do tonight. See if we can spread some optimism right before this starts. Brian says Zach should be featured on a whiskey commercial. I would buy any whiskey.
Done. Yeah, absolutely. Liam, how do we get that? Like, you think the La Touraine guys, we can get that? Like, if I can do watches, let's get a cigar sponsor and a whiskey sponsor.
I could see you as a very big cigar guy. I could imagine you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, what I wouldn't do for an Ashton Churchill, but if I smoked in the house, my wife would kill me.
See, I didn't see you can tell I'm not a cigar guy. I just nod and pretend to know what Winston. I'm like, Winston Churchill. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Hopefully, we won't need to turn to any substances tonight with the Sixers. Yeah. Again, I'm going to make that comment because I feel like I make it every watch along. The fact that it says there's a tip off at half past the hour, it gets to 45 past, and there still hasn't been a tip off. Sort it out, lads. It's not hard. If you say you're going to be at a time, this is Liam level timing. This is how I operate, and I understand how frustrating it is now. Now I have to work on the games. It's a pain, but I
know. I'm just glad that they're not playing anyone on the West Coast. Like,
oh god, yeah.
When it comes to and the finals will be different.
Yeah.
But if we had a very important, crucial game against, say, the Utah Jazz, and it wasn't the NBA Finals where they worked to schedule to benefit everyone because it's the only one game around. I mean, those 10 p.m. or later games, they kill me. So it's
like a 2 a.m. start for me. Those
I wish they would start on time, but if I just think in my head like, oh, it's an 8 o'clock start time, then it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But then if you get to a 10 p.m. start, then they tip off at 10:15, and then you just it just gradually gets from bad to worse. So hopefully, we'll be nearing tip off as we wait for our streams to. Our very legal TV apps to broadcast this game on.
100%, yes.
Yeah, we'll be doing our best to keep you guys posted with all of the goings on from Atlanta. This is the other thing. I mean, how much is the home? I almost feel in a way that home court advantage would almost plague the Sixers in this instance because the amount of booing and the amount of hostility early on would.
That's what a lot of. All right, so I am not one to. I often disagree with a lot of the sports radio in the Philadelphia area. I'll put it that way. When I cannot listen to one of the many podcasts that I enjoy around basketball, and they are talking basketball on the radio, again, like an addict, I have no other choice but to listen to that. And that's one thing that they've been saying is how, the Sixers are lucky that it's not a home game because that would be the most aggressive and probably harmful fan base for them to be around right now. And there is an argument to be made. But if you think for 1 second that the Sixers aren't the ones who put themselves in that situation, I mean, like that they have no one to blame but themselves. That's 100% the truth. Thank goodness Atlanta has fraudulent fans, so it shouldn't be that bad in Atlanta tonight.
Yeah, it's just I know, trying to weather the storm now and hope that we've somehow got through the worst of it. But that Doc Rivers comment really doesn't sit right. I mean, not that the players are going to see it, I doubt, but it's more if that's what's being said to the media, is that a reflection of, if he's had like 10 minutes with the guys in the locker room, let's say, before and after practice, and has come away with it, it might be up for it. I don't know. Like, it just seems a bit lethargic, and that is probably the worst word to use off the back of whatever the hell happened last game.
He's been extremely rough in his pressers for a lot of the season, but especially as of late.
Yeah.
Doc, or as many people in Philadelphia are now calling him Glenn, has really, he's not retained the ear of the fan base. So, while I am not one of the ones calling for his job, there are quite a few people, especially with the recent availability of Rick Carlisle. Some people, for whatever reason, are interested in the last 2 years that Mike D'Antoni's going to coach. They feel that, maybe moving on from Doc's the answer. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Sixers are not moving on from Doc Rivers. It's not this offseason, at least. It's not going to happen. Whether it should or shouldn't, I'll call it a different conversation, but it's not going to happen because of the years and the money left on his contract. It's just not. Now, if this is a building point, then maybe this is the start of the conversation of he's not the long-term answer. One thing that I would like to see, if you are going to move Ben Simmons, I would like to see Doc Rivers without Simmons, because you have to wonder how much about what he's saying is actually coming from him and how much of it is, I'd have to preserve this guy's psyche as best I can.
Oh, and just seeing, so it's a 4-0 Atlanta start, which is nothing too bad, but however, not great. I mean, in a dream world, you'd love to see the Sixers break out to like a 5-10 point lead and really start picking up the pace and the ante here, but I haven't seen that so far. I know there's been a lot of, concern around the team and how they're going to respond tonight. Again, in an ideal world, you want that quick, you want it hitting, like the last thing you want them to do is land themselves in a 10-15 point hole, but a part of me feels like they might need that as well, though. Like, they need that extra kick to kind of re-emphasize the urgency on it. Whereas it almost feels like after a beatdown like that, all hope might be gone. Whereas if you're pushed again back to the wall mid-game, you kind of have to get up. And I don't know what that pass was there. But I think that was from Seth Curry, and it's just like totally wayward. But yeah, so far, it's 6-0 Hawks in the very early goings here.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
There's
a
lot of strong argument coming from Philly, and they may have a case on whose possession that ball should be, but it's going to Atlanta.
Yeah, Lucas says, I would keep Doc. He slowly grew on, and I think he deserves at least another season to see if he can improve without Ben. So yeah, I'm glad that sentiment is echoed for sure. It's
100% agree.
Yeah, nice. Is that Furkan Korkmaz there gets the first one? I think he hasn't been given enough credit, I think, for standing in for Danny Green. He's, I think, not been perfect, but he's definitely provided, I would say, a little bit more well-roundedness than many people are expecting. Like, I think he's always just been seen as just 3-point, bit fluky, nothing else. I think he's really kind of contributed, maybe outside of that role, over the past couple of games. Maybe I'm just seeing it a bit different, but for me, I've been relatively impressed with him.
First off, there is no chance in hell that was a foul. Let me start there. Second off, I think Furkan Korkmaz is definitely someone they should look to re-sign this offseason. It depends on the money, of course.
Yeah.
Furkan Korkmaz is weird, because he definitely has value, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of league-wide interest. So you can probably get away with getting him around like $4 or $5 million on another 2-year deal. And I think that's something that Philly should definitely explore. So trying to keep him, trying to retain Danny Green. Dwight Howard's going to be the interesting question when you're looking at free agents coming back. But I would definitely try and keep Korkmaz as best I can.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, Joel, that was ugly.
Yeah, it's not been his finest start. Is it going to be 10-2? Oh, I was just about to make a joke saying I'd hate to be a Sixers fan, and by the time I went to make it, they'd already gone down 10-2. But I'm going to tweet it anyway. Hate to be a Sixers fan right now. Oh, wait. There we go. Because it's got to be done. You can't lose an opportunity like that.
It's true, and they're not going to know. They're not going to know what the score was when you put that up there. So.
Yeah, I mean, bearing in mind we'll watch this in the future anyway, so we've got at least 8 minutes for the joke to land. Oh, Embiid, did he finally get one? No. Oh, he did. Okay, that did drop.
Yeah. It was basket interference. That's what it took for Embiid to get a bucket there, and that was clear basket interference.
Yeah, it didn't look too pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. Ooh. What happened there? This is the only thing watching without audio. Like, I lose a lot of the...
Yeah.
I think the context to a lot of it. Was that a foul? Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, that's a flop.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't run into the guy, but that's a flop.
I mean, yeah.
Ben Simmons didn't even run through the screen. Okay, here's the thing about Ben Simmons. All right, let's get back on this. Right, every damn time Ben Simmons makes contact with an opposing player, he throws the forearm out. You are never gonna get the benefit of the doubt if your forearm extends. That's just not gonna happen. And whether he's on offense or he's on defense, that forearm is coming out, and that's why he never gets calls.
I mean, if you're going to literally run through him like he's trying to be an NFL running back as well, it doesn't exactly bode well. But,
no.
Oh, here we go.
Let's cook a little bit with Harris. Back to Embiid. Embiid in the post.
It's just going to be Embiid versus the world again, isn't it? I think tonight.
It is. I mean, how can he have trust in anyone other than Seth Curry?
Yeah. Brian says I miss Allen Iverson. Yeah, I wasn't around to watch. I wasn't a fan when Iverson was playing because we didn't have basketball in England at that point. We've only just discovered running water. But,
I'll tell you what. Listen to this. Anyone who remembers the Andre Iguodala era, how much I miss Andre Iguodala, prime Iggy, watching how Simmons has played lately. I cannot state enough. As Simmons gets a good basket there finally. But it really makes me regret how I treated Iggy, who was another not primary player but was paid like one. You're kidding me with that foul. Are you kidding me? Now Tobias has 2 early fouls, neither of which were fouls, mind you. But Andre Iguodala got a lot of crap from Philadelphia because he got paid. It was a lot like Tobias Harris, actually, where he got paid more than what he was. He got paid like a star player, wasn't a star player. And people, resented him for it, which, I mean, how can you blame the guy for taking the bag? But after watching Ben Simmons, I have appreciation for Andre Iguodala again, I got to say.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
I think
Korkmaz? No, pulled it back out.
Some of your streams ahead of me now. I'm watching the same. Oh.
No, it was just that he went low for. Oh. No.
There we go. I mean, the intent's there, but this is less than ideal and under any circumstance. There you go. Oh, that went in. No, it didn't. That was fine. I was just having. I thought that went. It literally went through the net. Oh, go on. See, those are the looks they really can't be affording to miss there. Like, just wide open threes. But early... Okay, is that a little bit of rotation with Tease coming in? Or did he start tonight? I'm assuming he didn't. Is that a first time out?
Yeah, so Toby picked up 2 fouls quick, so Matisse came in for Tobias, and now Seth Curry, shoulder's not looking great. That's his left shoulder, though. It's not a shooting shoulder, but still something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Oh, God. How are we feeling so far, boys, in the chat? Let us know. Because I think we are very, very antsy, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try and live tweet as well from the PSN account if I can. It just won't be very good. Yeah, so I mean, so far, just for context, so out of the 8 points that the Sixers have got, so Embiid's got 4, on top of that, he's got a pair of rebounds as well. Like, he's already,
Mm-hmm.
within the first few minutes, just being the engine that he is. Whereas you look at Atlanta, Bogdanovic has a couple. Obviously, Kevin Herter's got a couple. Trey Young's been looking good. Capella has been cooking. Like, just the distribution is so. It's so weird that the whole point of this past off season was get the Sixers shooters, get outside help, like spread the ball around. And over the past 2 games, it's now all back on Embiid again. And I don't know how that has happened in the space of like a week.
Yeah, well, if Tobias Harris is not shooting well, and Ben Simmons is not shooting or running the half-court offense, and Danny Green is hurt, then you essentially just have Seth Curry. So the team, in theory, was built well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this team finds its old magic unless if they're somehow able to win these next 2, and then Danny Green can jump on next series. I'll give you that, but yeah.
Yeah, Brian says that Atlanta's beyond efficient, but that seems to be a Rivers issue more than anything. They look too cluttered on offense, which can't really disagree with that. So we got a nice graphic up here, which I'm not sure that the TV broadcast will have, so we can stand up and know what we're talking about. So in Game 5, it was the largest playoff comeback in Hawks history, tied for the 3rd biggest comeback in an NBA playoffs of the last 25 years. They were the 3rd team in NBA history to win after trailing by 22 points at halftime. I think aren't the Sixers one of the other ones? I'm pretty sure.
All I can remember is pain. I don't.
And a playoff career high 39 points for Trey Young that game. So really, let's try and ditch reliving that as much as we can. What's up, Jarrell? Nice to see you, man. Up the stream, up the Sixers, and hopefully, just up survival. Just getting out of this alive. But right now, we're at a point where they are down 16-8 around midway through the first quarter. It hasn't exactly been swimmingly so far. We were hoping to get off to a fast start. That hasn't happened. And we're talking about the Sixers' point distribution and stuff. The Sixers have 8 points overall. Trey Young has 8 by himself. He's 3 for 3 on field goals at the moment. So
Sixers are 4 for 13. So it's not been pretty.
It doesn't feel like they're at 13.
Oh, that was a see now. All right, now here's my problem. Here's my concern going forward. Joel Embiid got doubled by Collins and Capella, and he had a great opportunity to dish it to Simmons, who was at the top of the paint. Now, had he done that, Simmons had a clear lane for a dunk. Embiid clearly saw Simmons. He did not pass it to Simmons. So, one of 2 things is true. Either Embiid thought that he wasn't going to be able to get the pass off, and that's why he took the ball himself. Or, and I think this is the case, he's lost confidence in Simmons, at least offensively speaking. And so he's not going to actively look to pass Simmons the ball because Simmons will either look to pass to someone else instead of taking the obvious open shot, or turn the ball over like he just did. But it certainly seems like Embiid has lost at least some faith in Ben Simmons based on the recent performance. And you can't blame him either. Yeah. I mean, Embiid's the one who's left out on an island to handle the scoring load for the Sixers. And meanwhile, they're one of their highest paid players. Ben Simmons now has 2 fouls. He joins Tobias Harris on the bench.
Brilliant.
It's not hard to understand losing confidence in these 2 guys.
Yeah, but I think this again comes back to now there'll be a real emphasis of stress on bench depth, and you're going to have to look to guys like George Hill, who I think conveniently just popped up on my screen then, which made me feel pretty good about myself, and just to kind of come in and actually just to fill that role. And it's so much more difficult when not only have you got 3 quarters to try and keep Ben Simmons out of foul trouble, but then you're also down a substantial amount of points. You don't have the shooters you need. Tyrese Maxey's now on the floor as George Hill tries to bring it underneath with a little hook. Can't quite get it to go. And you can just see the wheels slowly falling off the wagon, though, at this point. Oh, that was nice. Oh, there you go. Oh. Thought that was a bit of a steal, and yeah, it gets called back. But if Seth Curry's down with a shoulder injury, that is, well, it's catastrophic.
Yeah, his shoulder's not looking great. Again, it's not his shooting arm, but still.
Yeah, game 5, so you can just see there on the screen, he had 36 points. It was a brilliant night at the office as Atlanta just tried to now handle the all-bench unit, which has been scolded. I know Sean Bernard, our lead writer, has not been... What is going on? Is that Dwight Howard being a shithouse? It is, isn't it? Oh, no, it's George Hill trying to throw his weight around a little bit. Fair play.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on that mismatch, I mean, and you have Capella, who, he's actually a good free throw shooter for a center, but still, that was the right move. Nothing easy.
Yes, there's a 10-point deficit as Clint Capella goes to the line.
I want to acknowledge one thing. So, Jay Fizzle brings up a point. He says that's Ben's whole deal, though. It's either drive or pass. That's why we got shooters.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that why we brought in Green and Seth and Toby? So here's the thing. In theory, yes, that's not a incorrect thought. Now, the bigger reason for getting the shooters was actually Joel Embiid, because Embiid would be doubled and he needed to kick it out and have an open shooter who could make the defenders regret double teaming Embiid, like what just happened that led to that steal. And so that's the biggest reason why we got the shooters. And Danny Green, Seth Curry, they're great for that role. Tobias Harris is a little bit different because Harris is not that type of catch and shoot kind of guy. He's not that volume 3-point shooter like Green or like Curry are. So Tobias Harris, that was the idea of him, especially since he had just finished the season shooting over 40% from 3.
Oh, go on, Seth.
Beautiful Curry splash 3 right there.
There you go.
But so the idea was actually to do that around Ben Simmons. I mean, Joel Embiid, not Ben Simmons. Now, if you're going to play Ben Simmons, say, at center, and he's going to work his way down in the post, same thing applies. And then, yes, that absolutely benefits Ben Simmons. But with Simmons, it's more so, yeah, we wanted shooters in the transition game, but he's not there just to drive and pass. He's there, actually, Jay, just like you said, drive or pass. But what he's doing is he's driving and passing. So that's the problem, is that if he's going to drive or pass, and he's actually going to try and create contact or make close baskets, then that's great. But the problem is that he's driving and passing, not actually committing to trying to get contact because he's self-conscious about his free throws, clearly.
Yeah, which is understandable at this point, but also it makes the whole whack-a-ben technique that much more valuable, because if you do get him to the line and you do get contact, it's already clearly in his head rent-free that, all right, they're trying to exploit this, and if you've already got someone that, for whatever reason, can't shoot a free throw at that position, and on top of that, it's a high-pressure situation, and knowing they're literally just exploiting you and making you look, let's be honest, stupid. It is the other way. It is embarrassing. It's having your pants down and the whole world laugh at you. And
you know what the biggest thing is, though, is that you make yourself look stupid when you do. They're taking advantage of you when it's embarrassing, but it's embarrassing because you're not performing. And that's what really gets in his head about it, as it could anyone. To be out there and judged by thousands of fans right there with you, let alone everybody watching at home and just waiting for you to miss that free throw. It is understandable to have a little unsurety in moments like that. But you're paid $30 million to deliver on the court. And I'm not saying that you need to shoot like Steph. I'm not even saying you need to shoot threes. But you got to hit. Ben Simmons is not a high bar. 65% of your free throws. That's it. That's all I need. And he's not doing that. But instead of being dedicated to, well, I'm just going to make them from here on out. I'm just going to make, like, every time he makes a miss, next shot mentality, I'm going to make the next one. I'm going to make the next one. Instead of that, it's, I hope I don't miss the next one. I hope I don't miss the next one. And that's what's really dragging him down.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's at this point it is just a downward spiral, and I don't want to say need a break, but I feel like even if they just like it's one of those, it's not like you're a cold 3-point shooter and you can like shoot yourself out of a slump sort of thing. I think this goes so far beyond that, where it's so deeply entrenched into his identity and his play, where now like what made him different, I guess, and what made him valuable to a degree is now also becoming that biggest weakness. And without fundamentally changing who Ben Simmons is, you're not going to get a different result. So now you're just going to have this kind of internal, I guess, crisis, for lack of a better term, which we just have to hope can stay alive and, manifest itself outside of the court and he can figure it out on it. But it's going to, for whatever happens to Ben Simmons, it is going to be a very, very big offseason, be it in Philadelphia or elsewhere. The next year is, I think, make or break now. Like, I think that there is such a stupid amount of pressure on him to have figured this out by now, and that all the excuses have run dry, that we've had all the coaching, we've had all the environment, all of the teammate, all of the chemistry, character, like whatever it might be, issues up and ended and drifted around and filling the airwaves. Now they've run out, and you're now a fully grown man who should be able to adapt and learn and improve and want to get better. And I don't know. This is, for me, next season's be all end all for Simmons now.
Yeah, this is Ben Simmons has however many games left the Sixers have this postseason to prove himself.
Yeah.
That's it. And if he doesn't, expect his next game to not be in Philadelphia, because Daryl Morey does not play that. Elton Brand even does not play that. I don't think that if Simmons lays another egg in this game, I don't think he has a chance. The only chance is that they haven't found a deal yet that they are okay with. Now, listen, we're not going to focus on Ben Simmons trades tonight.
Sure.
Though there may end up being a corresponding episode of the Baseline Scoop talking about that as soon as, if and when, hopefully not, hopefully the Sixers win out. But should that conversation come up, you can expect that conversation will definitely be strong. But again, if he doesn't find a way to bounce back in this series and in the playoffs in general, I don't see how he comes back.
Yeah, only time will tell. But on a positive note, Seth Curry is out replicating his brother in the best way he knows how. Is looking like that shoulder's not bothering him whatsoever. Lead now down a little bit. It's 25-18 at the moment. Is that 27? Oh, no, there you go. Okay, so it looks like the Sixers have a little bit of life. George Hill, I thought, was going to pull up then. Gets a bit patient. We'll see. He's got help on the way now. Embiid posted next to him. Oh, okay. Was that reaching? Yeah, it didn't look good. Either way. Isis says a couple minutes ago, oh, my green screen's fell over. Love that. That's synonymous with these streams. Never a stream without happening at least once. What happened was I put the fan on because it is, I don't know what it's like in America, but it is like boiling here right now temperature-wise. And with the MacBook cooking itself alive, that was never going to end well. But yeah, so as I said, we can't come back like they did. I hate this team and I just started watching. Yeah, if this is your first season watching the Sixers, I mean, you've only picked like what felt like the best and worst year all at once. But this is, I suppose it encapsulates everything that being a Sixers fan's about, right? From, in the
best I mean,
and
this
ways.
This is new, I'll say. Disappointment is not new. This is still, though, something that I have not seen before.
Yeah, Jarrell says global warming showing its full ass this month. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're going to need some new Greta Thunberg commercials or something. We've all got to stop driving to work and using bikes because I can't tolerate heat. I'm a winter boy. I don't like heat. So global warming, global freezing, I'd have been all over.
Do not endorse global warming on the live stream, Liam.
No. We do not stand global warming, but if it was global freezing, I'm just saying I'd be a little bit more open to it. I mean, if global warming can't heat the Sixers up, then nothing will. But, oh, hello. What's happened there? Is that was that called on Embiid, or was that a flop?
I am not quite sure.
I think Doc Rivers, sometimes when Doc Rivers moves, he looks like a character out of Finding Nemo, and it really puzzles me, and I don't know why.
Well, and he's always pissed off, too, so it's like it's hard to gauge, like, is it pro or anti-Sixer?
Yeah. Oh, 3 attempt. No. Gerald says, let's go winter. I rate that. That's the content we're here for. All right, we're fully stand. We're just here for Game of Thrones. Winter is coming.
I'm more of a fall boy,
That makes sense. Happy
medium. But I do. So when I watched Game of Thrones,
and
when I say watched, when I binge watched the entire thing, it was also when I got into wine.
Okay.
And so what I would do, at the time, my wife and I worked slightly different schedules. So I'd be in our then apartment, and I'd be watching Game of Thrones. And my wife had no interest, so I'd be watching it by myself. And so I would have my, bottle of my favorite wine. And I would have my tin cup that was the closest thing I had to make me feel Games of Thrones-y, or Games of Thrones-y. And so I would pour, and I found out I would have about a cup or two during Game of Thrones. What I found out after a couple episodes is that 2 of these cups equaled an entire bottle of wine.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was Game of Thrones was an experience for me. And it was, needless to say, my wife didn't enjoy that show, but I had a great time.
I love that. I'll tell you, I was having a great time. Seth Curry is literally carrying the Sixers offense as he did the other night. Leads down to 5, which is good. It's 27-22 at the moment. Antonio says Liam's more of a fallout boy. Very good point. I love the pop punk pun. See, I love how my identity is like that well known now. Just as in terms of what is Liam, just pop punk, 1975, crying a lot, and then Philadelphia sports. That's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. I'm super impressed with Seth Curry. I should have started him in DraftKings tonight. I really should have. That's on me.
Well, there was a lot of talk, at the NBA trade deadline about trading for Kyle Lowry. And a lot of people now are saying, well, see, we should have traded for Kyle Lowry. Well, here's the thing, though, is that if you traded for Kyle Lowry, just from a salary standpoint, it would have been near impossible to get that done without including Seth Curry in that deal. And you're not getting Lowry for Seth Curry because his value wasn't there, at least not at that time. You're talking about trading Seth Curry and probably one of Thibault, Maxey, and Milton, and possibly a pick, too, for Kyle Lowry. So would all of that been worth it for 1 year Kyle Lowry? No. Shake Milton for 3 in the foul. No, they didn't call it. But, yeah, so I would much rather roll because Curry has a couple more years on his deal, and he's at a great cap number. So I would much rather roll with him in the future and still – because you can still potentially add a Kyle Lowry-type player. But I'd rather have whomever that is plus Curry than just trade Curry and Maxey and whatever for all right, okay.
I was going to say,
Zach come up in the chat, and let's talk about this for a second. There was a time where the Sixers could have had Zach LaVine, and it would have cost them 2 first-round picks, maybe, in matching salary. Now we flash forward to today, and you have people talking about how you used to, be able to talk about trading Ben Simmons for Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker. Now, at best, you'll get a C.J. McCollum or Zach LaVine. You're not getting Zach LaVine for Ben Simmons right now. His value's never been higher. Ben Simmons' value's never been lower. There is no way to trade for Zach LaVine right now, unless the Bulls go full rebuild, which they won't because they just traded for Vucevic. In that case, possibly if you went Maxey and Simmons, you could possibly get him. But Zach LaVine will be forever in my mind one of those stories of what could have been. Because for a while, he was very attainable for Philadelphia, and they just didn't pull the trigger. And it's one of my biggest regrets of moves that the team should have made but did not.
Would that be is that the ultimate one? Because I know you had quite a little off-season crush on Zach LaVine.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about recent history, that was the one because, for I'd say probably about the past 2 years, he's been high on my list. Obviously, I'm still was more so last season, but still a big Buddy Hield fan. But LaVine is younger, better contract, a better player. More versatile player. So yeah, no, he's somebody who I really, really wanted for quite some time. Even wrote an article about, whether or not the Sixers should mortgage the future on him. And yeah, it just I think of every player who they realistically could have had lately, not counting the draft. Yeah, he's definitely the one who got away.
Yeah, Rami says, why is no one watching this game? It's a big one. We are watching it. You're watching it with us. This is a watch along. That's that's where we're at. Unfortunately, it is the end of the first quarter, and the stream we have is showing us nothing but sponsored replays, which I don't know who they're sponsoring to, if it is just an internal feed, but, that's by the by. You've also got the scores down the bottom, and then obviously we're having a chat with you guys and talking about whatever your opinions are as well. K Cruz from Philly says, I would like Luka in Philly. Could that work? Do you reckon? I don't know. Would that be facilitatable? If that's a
could it? Yeah. All right. So let's approach that from two angles. Could Luka work in Philly? Absolutely. He alongside Joel Embiid would be absolutely amazing. The only difficulty is they're two alphas. Now, the other issue is can they facilitate a trade for Luka Doncic? I don't think so, unless Luka says, I want to go to Philadelphia. Because they're not going to be interested in, as expensive as Dame's going to be to potentially get, Luka, I think Luka might have the most trade value of anyone in the league right now. Between his youth, his contract, and his ability, he would most likely cost more than anyone else in the league. So if you're going to tell me that you're going to trade Ben Simmons, Maxey Thibault, and Milton, 2 picks and 2 pick swaps, you might get a seat at the table. But that's the type of mega deal that we're talking about, again, just to get a seat at the table.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. So Rami says, no email at the usual watch-along streamers aren't streaming, so you're here. Well, we're welcome you on board. We're glad to have you with us now. We're just going to keep you as one of our own and wrap you in cotton wool or cotton, I don't know what you call it in America. But yeah, I'm from the UK, Zach's from America, so I run Philly Sports Network, somehow on a very broken body clock once again from here. And then all of our writers and contributors, everyone else is all based mostly in America. I know we got one in Canada. Steve's
and then we got Steve over in England also.
Steve's on my side. But a lot of the guys are based out in Jersey /Philly /PA, and I always forget how big that is. So I was talking to Sean earlier, doing his 6-month review, and was like, oh, we were all about going to Bluecoats games, and he was like, oh, I'm in Jersey at the minute, so that's like an hour and a half away, and I was like, I forget how big America is. I just assume, you're all together in this little bubble, you're all like down the road. You can
he said it was an hour and a half away to Bluecoats games?
Yeah, like at the minute, yeah.
I mean, I don't know where... I don't know. That doesn't sound right. I feel like knowing where he's at in Jersey, it should only be like an hour for him at most. But
I'm not sure if
it's easy for me though, because it's straight up, like it's 20 minutes, like just straight down the highway. Like I can just right down the highway in Jersey to Delaware like that.
That's bad. We love that. Rami, I appreciate the sub. Thank you, man. That's super kind of you. Are you a Sixers fan
Rami.
or a Hawks fan? That's what we need to know. We got an imposter, or are we? I'd like to think if he's Philly, we got him on board. That'd be sick. I appreciate you, man. We're super happy to have you around. As the game goes on, though, do you know what I've noticed that, right? There is a bit of a coincidence. Tyrese Maxey comes in, lead comes down. You know, like, is it that simple?
You know what? It almost never is with a rookie. I think in this case it's that simple. Looking at pulling up game 4 here. So if I am not mistaken, up until the final 5 minutes or so of game 4, Tyrese Maxey had only played 1 minute that entire game. And this is part of where you put the blame on Doc Rivers. Like, I get it. He's a rookie. You don't play rookies in the playoffs, especially when you have such a supposedly deep team, at least according to him. Tyrese Maxey's been nothing but energy. He has been what Lou Williams was to Atlanta in the last game. That's exactly what Tyrese Maxey's been for Philly. So by playing him 1 minute in a game that you lost by 3 points, he ended up playing a total of 7 minutes, but the last 6 were all garbage time. Give the kid a role. It's just he's earned it. Just give it to him, and it's clearly going to work out because, I mean, look, he's 4 for 4. He's got 9 points. I mean, and what do you got to lose at this point? And I think that's kind of Doc's mentality now, and it's a shame it came so late. But he's like, I had to do something, so that's why he turns to. That's exactly why he turned to Shake Milton in Game 3, and it worked out really well. But he brings in Shake Milton, now he forgets about Tyrese Maxey. He should have both.
Yeah.
Honestly. So having Maxey out there, that I think is going to be a really important key to the rest of this game.
Yeah, so just to really make sure we're not understating this at all, the Sixers are on a 7-0 run to start the second quarter, which is exactly how they should have started the first quarter. Didn't obviously go to plan, but that lead is now non-existent. It's a tie game, 29 apiece. And the Sixers are right back. I don't know what is going on this live stream, Zach, by the way. There's a lot of dodgy camera angles for these cheerleaders. But
I am minding my own business. I am just eating my dinner and nope, I don't know what. Yep, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not looking.
It's for anyone that doesn't know. Okay, so being in England, I can watch the game through my betting app, right? So our sportsbook show the streams. But it's not a TV stream. It's like the broadcast, but because there's no commercials, they just show what's ever normally on the arena cameras. And there were just some very questionable, let's say, views of the cheerleaders end. So I don't understand what's going on. But
I don't even know how they got a camera there.
Yeah, not a clue. Not a clue. Great Gatsby says Maxey tied it. 100%, man. Like Max, we were just saying, it's been on an absolute tear over the past. Well, it's rookie season, but I think hopefully we're at a point now where Doc won't just pull him out the game, and that'll be the last we see of him. I'd like to think he can maybe, upwards of 25-ish minutes would be nice. Just get him, just as many as you can throw at him at this point.
I mean, in this game, I want him at 25. If they move on to the next series, I want him at I'd call it about 16 to 25.
Yeah. Just that kind of like, high second unit, fringe, startery level sort of minute play. But no, it's interesting. It's actually been a life now from this Sixers team, and it's great that it's came from Maxey. And I think obviously Maxey and Curry have been the two heroes of the day so far. Embiid hasn't done that much just yet, but it does feel like there is a renewed sense of energy whenever Tyrese Maxey steps on the court, and I'd like to see that continue. As long as this team is in the playoffs, because they clearly need every ounce of little Energizer Bunny energy that man's got right now.
Yeah. And I really want to see Maxey run with Embiid a little bit more, because Maxey has come a long way as a defender. He's still not what I would call a good defender. He's close, but he's also a rookie. So few rookies. Like, we're spoiled on Matisse Thybulle. Almost no rookies are good defenders. Anthony Edwards is not a good defender. LaMelo Ball is not a good defender. Tyrese Halliburton is halfway decent as a defender. I mean, even Isaac Okoro, who is going to be a defensive monster in his prime, he was okay defensively this year. So Maxey's on a good trajectory, but he's not there yet. So with that being said, I would love to see him have minutes with Embiid, because a common misconception, and I don't mean to take a shot at my man Dwight, because I love Dwight Howard as a player and as a person. I mean, there's some stuff that he's done in Philly that that I know about. That's just like you gotta love the guy. He is not a good defender anymore. He can block shots. He's a shot blocker. I wouldn't even consider him as I guess he's a rim defender, but he's not a paint defender. Is the problem? So, you're running to a lot of situations where a man's getting past Maxey, and then they even just showed a replay where Trae Young was able to throw a super easy pass right to Clint Capella, who was rolling. Whereas if you play with Joel Embiid, he can keep on Trae a little bit better and kind of hide some of Maxey's defensive liabilities. So if you're able to do that, you'd have Maxey as an offensive powerhouse and a safety valve for Embiid. And again, you'd have Embiid backing him up defensively, and that's probably your best lineup as of right now.
Yeah, so on the floor at the moment for Atlanta, you've got Bogdanovic, Collins, Hurita, Young, and then the screen went away, so I don't know. But it was starting out like a good reading. But having said that, Trey's back. It's now 31-29 Hawks, and yeah, we've kind of back to that second unit. George Hill pulls up a 3 and misses the net completely, so that's good. And all of a sudden, we're right back where we were. But how, I suppose, when are we next going to see, Ben Simmons? I mean, knowing that he's now in a little bit of, oh, he's back, never mind. I was just going to say, no, he's in foul trouble. Would they just try and...
No, they're just going to play him, especially if they feel like the game's slipping away.
But I would say, would this not be the game where you just go, all right, well, is this not time?
You just throw it to the wall and see what sticks. I mean, that's basically where you're at if you're Doc. Interesting choice. I like that shot, though.
Yeah,
I just like Maxey's willingness to shoot.
There's a confidence there.
A transition mid-range is never the advisable shot, but if he's looking for his shot like that, I can't fault him. It's a heat check basically.
But it's even the little things like there where everyone's just walking back down the other end and Maxey's jogging. It's the tiny, tiny little touches to his game where that energy just impacts the team so much.
He never does anything lethargic, which half this team does everything lethargic. So it's it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, I think the sloppiness on offense is coming back. Trae Young drives, and oh wow, yeah, he's.
Do they call that too?
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
I don't get how. Is it because he's smaller that he just flies around a bit easier? There's no way that can be.
He jumps around. He literally he didn't touch him. Do you see that?
If that is a foul, that's shocking. I don't think it will be. Liam, this is painful to watch. I know it was a lot. It was a lot more painful. I hope you mean the game and not the live stream, but equally. It was a lot worse at the start of the game, but. Having said that, is now a 6-point lead again. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. I think I'm with Zach. Zach put it very well, where literally nothing matters until the fourth quarter. So all of this is just irrelevant. When the Sixers go up 20, down 20, it's the Sixers. It's the fourth quarter or bust. It doesn't matter what happens or what precedes it. So I'm gonna try and hold some level of optimism for them. You make watching the game a lot more enjoyable. Oh, I appreciate you, man. That's what we're here for. That's what we try and do, is just bring a little bit of pizzazz and positivity into what could be an otherwise anxiety-damning hellscape of the game. So I'm glad you enjoy it, man. And we enjoy having you guys around as well. That's why we do it. So we enjoy having you just as much as you enjoy having us. So it's all very lovely and wholesome. But yeah, I mean, so we're 8 minutes to go in the second so far. I've just seen that there is a bet boost on my app saying that Sixers -5, including overtime, is pretty much now 2-1. Oh no, I can't.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. It should be at least 8-1. Yeah.
I mean, all right. I mean, that must mean that the Hawks money's still looking pretty good.
Yeah, what's the line? Well, in play, the line's now Hawks plus 0.5, but they've got a 5-point or 6-point lead. I don't know. Yeah, I would just stay away from that. Have you bet this game at all?
I am mostly retired.
Okay.
Ever since I bought my MacBook, off my straight gambling winnings.
Yeah.
So no, I stayed away from it. I also was already prepared to be upset enough. I didn't want to lose any money in addition to it.
Understandable. Understandable. I don't know. What, are they having like a music concert? Like, who is this? That guy singing.
You know what?
I want to turn it
I
up,
don't even
but
know who it is.
I don't want to risk copyright.
Yeah.
I'm very confused at what is going on. I wish everyone could see this instead of commercials, because we have had some, again, questionable views from cheerleaders. We've got some random rapper and a mascot now bouncing around where no one other than them seems to actually care about them, which is probably the most entertaining thing, to be honest. The mascot mouth moves! I didn't know that. I did not know that. So there you go. There's some insight for you. The Atlanta Hawks mascot mouth moves. Do with that information what you will. K Cruz says it's we got a heart tick last game. Nobody's playing with an edge except for Curry and Maxey. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I'd like to think Embiid would pick up. He's had a relatively quiet night by his standards so far. Didn't help, obviously, go into a little bit of trouble early on. Same with Simmons, but yeah, we'll oh, hello. That one? Okay. Who said that? That's to excuse why you're in. My body clock is now broken to a point where I don't know where I'm at anymore. This is the thing where I'm literally kind of working 2 time zones at once again, which is a bit of a pain. But, oh, yeah, that was Trae Young. So now it's 37-29. So what my takeaway from the Hawks offense is there is no Hawks offense until the Sixers miss a shot, Trae Young runs down the field, scores, somehow gets a foul, and then makes 3.
There's no Hawks offense other than Trae Young, and this game specifically, yeah, it's been the transition game for him. But he lobs it to Clint Capella, that's just it. Like their half court offense isn't even that. Like there was no pick on that play. It was just roll. Trae Young approached the 3-point line. Capella just rolls to the basket because he knows Trae Young gets a little bit past Ben Simmons and he just lobs it up for Clint Capella. It's just like street ball, It's like it is the most simple offense you could possibly run, and they're just taking the Sixers to school with it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Oh, was that a little step back 3? No, not falling there. We'll take that. Okay, give us a nice little bang. That was 3 by Tobias. A rarity. We love to see it. And now they lead down to 5. So Sixers are still winning this quarter. They've won this quarter 12-10 at the moment. Still 6 minutes left to go. Sixers looking a little bit tighter on D now.
Yeah, a little bit. Was that a charge? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good work by Curry.
Seth Curry's not a free agent this year, is he?
No. Well, that's the thing, is that he has 2 more years on his deal.
Good. I got confused then. I forgot it was Danny
That's
Green.
why he's like one of the most valuable assets that the team has.
Yeah. No, he's been great this year.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, he started off so hot, and then he got COVID. And then it took him a real long... Oh, Ben Simmons, come on.
Jesus Christ.
Be a professional, damn it. But yeah, so he got COVID, and he really slowed down after that. And I was talking to... I guess it was Sean and some of the other Sixers guys, but I was, saying how like it kind of seems as though with the way he played like towards the end of the regular season and in the playoffs, like
that's not another one.
I don't know what happened there. Like that, either you got to sit Simmons or you got to challenge that because. No, I didn't see. See now there's no extension. It's a slight extension. There's a little bit of an extension. But
oh dear.
Yeah.
I feel like his head might have gone. Something's telling me Ben Simmons' head might be wobbly.
Yeah, he's frustrated, and I think he's heard the fan base, so he might just be, I don't know, he might just be trying to go home.
Yeah. I don't like this. This just looks like he's about to have a monumental nibble. Oh, there we go. But it's not like he can just turn that into production though, and this is the annoying thing.
Yeah,
Like, just tweet the emojis out, Ben.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
what?
look, players like Kevin Garnett, players like, Kobe Bryant is the extreme case always, so you never like to use him, but yeah, Kobe Bryant, winners, I'll say, turn that into motivation, not frustration.
Yeah.
And it's up to Ben to do that, and he has chosen time and time again to not. So it's on no one but him as of right now.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, there we go. There's the Tyrese Maxey joins the lineup. Excuse me. Sixers draw the lead down, and that's back down to 3 points again. So there's a positive for the rest of the team not named Ben Simmons. See, that's what I was thinking earlier. I don't know why you wouldn't just keep Maxey in there anyway at this point. Like, if he's going to be your primary ball carrier, I mean, at this point, I don't want to say Maxey gives you more, but he doesn't limit you.
Offensively, he gives you much more than Ben Simmons.
Yeah. But it's just what you lack then on the other end of the court, which is like, yeah.
But here's the thing. If Ben Simmons is fouling everybody left and right, he's not giving you that much defensively.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Nice little rebound from Korkmaz. Embiid's actually got the ball. He's been very quiet tonight. And the ball movement's good, but there you go. It's just Seth. Oh. Oh. Oh, if that went in, I think I might have cried.
I know. Look good. Oh, all right.
I mean, we'll take it.
Another reason to bring Korkmaz back next year. It's an 11-2 run in the past 4 minutes. It's an 11-4 run in the past 4 minutes.
An 11-6 run in the past 4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I agree, K Cruz, man. I 100% agree. That's what I probably noticed Embiid being quiet the most. You can see him setting plays up and opening stuff for the team still, but in terms of rebounds, he's normally the guy that's there, and he just doesn't seem to have that about him in today's matchup, at least. Oh, for crying out loud. I feel like Trae Young just does get every call in the world ever.
Yeah, he does.
But I don't get how. Like, he's not doing anything.
Yeah, NBA refs suck. So there's that. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like, there's a reason why the NBA has to constantly change the rules, and it's kind of a chicken or the egg situation because they constantly change the rules because the refs are calling the game terribly. But because they're constantly changing the rules, the refs can't get the rules straight, and they call the game terribly. So, how do you fix it? I don't even know.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Was that a block from Embiid there? Probably the first thing I've seen
block
for him in about 10 minutes. Oh, this second half's going to drive me insane. Ooh. There you go. And it was like a lead, like a little 3-point lead. Come on, Joao. Oh, just can't get it to go. How many fouls has B got? 2? Oh, God. Just trying to work out why Kevin Harris is balling out as well, but, you know, fair enough. No more power
Yeah, I'm trying to find if Beats fouls right now. It's not more than 2, but...
No, he just seemed like, especially in that possession, like he stepped back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing like he's in foul trouble, but I don't think he is.
Ah, that's not gone well. Oh, is that... That's not Kev again. Oh, it is. Wow. Not sure where that came from. But he is...
Yeah, that's a swing right there.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of what they needed. You know what I said? You know, let's end this with a 3-point lead. That was not what I had in mind.
That helps. That helps.
That'll do.
All right, thank you, Tobias.
2 offensive rebounds. Is that for the whole team, K Cruz? 2 offensive rebounds. Oh my. Jesus. Okay. Trey was just like, nah, anything you can do, I can do better. And then decided to just be Trey Young, really. Oh, shot.
Yeah, that's the shot.
Oh, that's got to be on 1. All right, no, fair enough. See, how does that not get called? But then, like...
Yeah, that's a good question. That is a good question. I mean, one would think, considering there's more contact than on a Trey Young foul...
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Oh.
That it would get called.
Well, end of the quarter, 51-47 isn't where we really hoped this would go.
Yeah.
But, I mean, where are your thoughts on this so far? Like, how are you feeling about it all?
Oh, yay. You know, it's hard to be excited as a Philly fan right now. You know, it really is. Again, whether or not they win this game, it's a lot of questions going forward. You know, so it's yeah. I don't feel great. I want to see a lot more Maxey. I feel great about him. Tobias Harris has surprisingly played well in his limited amount of minutes. Other than that, you're not really getting a lot from anyone. I mean, Curry has 8 points, but he's played 20 minutes. You know, it's not really anyone who's been that impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. Like at this point, I just feel like if I'm Doc Rivers, I would keep Ben out for the entire second half and just be like, look, you ride the hot hand. Keep Maxey in. Just see what happens. Like, there's no need to put Simmons back out. If Simmons, is he on 4 fouls or 3 now? I'm just asking you foul questions. I'm really sorry. Just all the time.
3.
I could just very easily look
3.
it up.
Yeah, it's 3.
He's on 3. Okay. So
Fun fact: Joel Embiid has 5 turnovers though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So.
That's not going well. So all in all, not a good night for the Sixers so far.
Nope.
Is this a worst case scenario, or does it not really matter again at this point, knowing that it's probably going to come down to that final 5-6 minute run and just hope for the best?
I would say worst case would be that Harris struggled again and Maxey struggled and they were losing. So this is close, but not quite.
Okay, that makes you feel, maybe like 6% better than I did a minute ago. So that's always good to know. Let us know how you're feeling in the chat, guys. Obviously, if there's anything you want to ask or bring up or just have a general chit chat during halftime, please feel free. As I know, halftime. How long is halftime? Like 15 minutes? 15, 10, 20, 15? I want to say 15.
Yeah.
Well, 50 minutes, and then obviously there's the whole America 30-minute later things. About an hour we've got here to talk about things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to bring up, I know I haven't uploaded much over the past couple of weeks. Just been very busy with things, believe it or not, outside of work for the first time in forever, really, and just kind of spending a bit more time with family. Because we've just kind of come out of lockdown in England as well, so like, I went to see my friends last week who I hadn't seen since like literally March 2020. Spending time with my other friends, obviously relationship, family, just, I don't know, trying to breathe a little bit. And I think in doing that, obviously I know it's the lull of the off season as well, and just trying to, not work as intensely as I did. So there's still daily content. You're still getting articles from me every single day. I'm still editing everyone else's on the Philly Sports Network website. But I know in terms of streaming and YouTube videos, I've kind of gone MIA. I'm not dead. I am still here. I'm still got dodgy haircuts and a high-pitched voice. Just been, I don't know, relaxing to a point. In terms of, I just don't want to burn myself out every day. And that's where I'm at. So just a little apology because I do miss it. I'm just trying to teach myself to not spend days off constantly itching. I've got to work. Like just trying to go, no, it's okay. Just watch that one game of Euros and write an article, and that's okay. So like, I'm just at that point where I'm trying to be a little bit healthier. So that was my little, I suppose, statement 21 that did wonder. So I've had a few people reach out, so I just thought I'd do a little blanket statement. But yeah, that's sort of all on my part at the minute. I mean, how's everything with you, Zach? Just thought we'd toss it over, have a little catch up, I suppose, while we got half time kicking.
Yeah, I'm I'm fighting the urge not to go back to the trade machine right about now. As a wow, on that highlight, they're showing highlights right now on our stream, and Giannis was clearly out of bounds when he got that ball for this highlight, and just showcasing how great these refs are in these playoffs. But I don't know. I'm great. What can I say?
Love it. Also, what's the post-game plan tonight? Do you want me to take it?
I don't know.
I'll take it.
I'm trying to be jovial. I'm not trying very hard, but it's like, I mean, just this team, man. It's heartbreaking,
Yeah.
It really just, I mean, it shouldn't have been this hard, especially when you had multiple games that you had every opportunity to win and you didn't. So it's bringing me down a little bit. So I do apologize for that. But I'm cool for whatever. It looks like it's either going to be you or me. So I don't know. Do you want to do a quick post game tonight, and I'll do like a takeaways tomorrow?
Yeah, no, that sounds good, man. I can do the quick one.
Cool. I'll do the thorough takeaways tomorrow, and depending on the result of this game, could be a couple spicy pieces ready to go tomorrow morning also.
Yeah.
So
just gonna wake up
tomorrow could be a busy news day.
Yeah, just see like 7 pending articles of 8 trades involving Ben Simmons, 7 trades involving Ben Simmons, 6 more trades involving Ben Simmons.
Yes.
4 trades involving
Tobias Top Harris. 10 trades involving Ben Simmons. 9 more trades involving Ben Simmons.
Bonus piece: 3 trades featuring Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons in the same one.
And it's a real shame. So one of our new writers, Trey, he just wrote a piece on Ben Simmons. And asked the question: has Ben Simmons has he regressed or has he evolved?
Yeah, and that went down brilliantly.
Well, the case that Trey laid out was great, and it was accurate, and it really showcased that perhaps Ben Simmons had evolved. The Ben Simmons that we saw in the regular season is not this Ben Simmons. Whatever's happening in the playoffs is whether or not that's the real Ben Simmons, which it may end up being. Yeah, he it's a shame because it was bad timing, but because the article was correct, but Ben Simmons is now completely proving that article wrong by choosing to fail in the playoffs, and it is disheartening.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, you always get that though. I think with articles like that, we've all been there. I think where we write something and then a day later, the exact opposite.
Oh
happens.
yeah, no, that's happened 18 times my first year, with PSN. It's just, but it's a shame because not only was it written and then that happened, but like I said, Trey did a fantastic job with it. And his logic was beyond sound, and I agreed with his point by the time I finished the article. And then Ben Simmons goes and does this and just shows that, while regular season Ben has evolved, playoff Ben is worse than ever.
Yeah. Very, very annoying. I'm trying to think of the first article I wrote. I think, I don't know, there was the Sam Bradford saga. There was my affinity with him, and I remember really getting into it with a lot of people about how he was the most accurate quarterback in the league in 2015.
Oh, gosh,
and
just drop it.
I will not. To this day, it's so weird. I can call out obscure Sam Bradford stats from the back of my head, just really randomly. And then I realised after a few years that maybe I was a bit wrong on Sam Bradford.
The greatest thing Sam Bradford did in an Eagles uniform was get us a first-round pick.
No, he beat the Patriots, and that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite games of all time. Oddly, of all the Eagles games that I've seen.
That game where they beat the Patriots is one of your favorite Eagles games of all time.
Yeah.
Not the other game where they beat the Patriots.
No, that one's, everyone likes that one.
Who cares about that one?
That's just, that's a game, it happened.
But if my quarterback has sleeves and beats the Patriots, oh my God, that really gets me going.
Exactly. That's the way.
Okay.
Liam should post odd Sam Bradford stat every day on Twitter. Don't tempt me, because I will. I will gladly.
Sam Bradford stat of the day.
Yeah. Did you know that against the Patriots in 2015?
All it's going to be is that most accurate crap that you were just talking about. It's just going to be that every single day.
Yeah, I need to find the There was one article where I went so deep in stats, and it was those advanced quarterbacking books that come out that track average depth of target on a Sunday afternoon when the wind blowing to the left, when the sun's out and a man.
Oh yeah, football guys love those stats.
Yeah, it got to that level, and I remember posting an article. I was like, "Look, this is why the Eagles should keep Sam Bradford." And I think Teron Davenport reached out to him and was like, "Liam, just stop." And I was like,
"Oh, that's great."
I was like,
"That's awesome."
Fair enough. But nah, shout out to Teron. I love that. I know he's probably not watching this at all, but he's genuinely one of the best guys in this industry, and I got a load of time for him. Yeah, I just always remember that was one of the funniest things. I was so proud of that article, and he's like, "Yeah, just drop it, Liam."
What would you have rather done? Would you rather have kept Sam Bradford or drafted Derek Barnett like they did with the pick for him?
Oh, keep Sam Bradford any day of the week. Any day.
Yeah.
I'm not a mentalist.
All right, now let me ask you this. Wait, where is? I'm actually looking at that, or I thought I was looking at that draft, but this is not the right draft.
I was like, for me with the Sam Bradford thing, my initial theory I think would have been better for the Eagles, which was instead of drafting Carson, because this was before they traded up twice. Instead of drafting Carson Wentz, you keep Sam Bradford, who had a lovely extension and was happy. Let's not forget, they did the Carson Wentz thing before with Sam Bradford. All right, everyone just wants to go, oh, they treated Carson Wentz badly. Justice for Sammy Sleeved is what I say. Okay, he got shafted as well. Yeah, keep Sam. Draft. I'm pretty sure that there was one of the big receivers there that wasn't Laquan Treadwell.
Corey Coleman.
Yeah, it might have been Coleman, and I think that was a corner. I can't remember the names again. There was a corner receiver, and then take Kevin Hogan in the 4th round.
Oh my gosh!
And have him be the
Wow.
long-term project. And, when I saw he was a free agent this offseason, like, my heart skipped a beat when Jamie Newman went, and there was a little part of me that was like, maybe, just maybe, but no.
Maybe. It could have been worse. Your idea could have been to draft Connor Cook.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one Raiders playoff thing. When that Derek Carr broke his arm or his shoulder or something like in the playoffs, and Connor Cook comes in and just absolutely ruins everything.
Yeah, he really stole the show. That was
It was like Derek Carr's like MVP campaign. Like he had a huge year, gets the Raiders in, and Connor's like, "Everybody, boys, I got this."
Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, it was absolutely a nightmare though.
I think is that the book where ESPN gets their stats? I think ESPN get their own, but I know there are a few books out there that do like insane depth on like. I think Warren Sharp does one normally. Was the one I'm thinking of with quarterbacks. And then obviously I know it's for the draft, but Ben Solak has his contextualized quarterbacking, which is super super good. But for NFL stuff, you can find it. I think Warren Sharp's is the one I used, and like you can obviously go PFF and that sort of thing. But I don't know. I find analytics to be a thing where they should support the argument, not be the argument. I know we're going down a total loophole while waiting for this second half to start, but it's very easy to pick out or cherry pick a stat and say, oh, well, this guy's great or this guy's bad. It shouldn't be that to define it. The example I give would be either Jalen Hurts or Andre Dillard. Like, you can look at Jalen Hurts and say, oh, his accuracy was off. And then you can look at, well, he had like 13 throwaways. If you take those away, his accuracy suddenly a lot better. If you did that to every other quarterback, though, does it improve? So you have to add context to each thing. And like Andre Dillard, his numbers were abysmal as a rookie, but most of those poor numbers came at right tackle when he was being absolutely bullied for like 3 quarters. So, yeah, it's one of those where I say this having, again, just preached about spending an entire year defending Sam Bradford with nothing but those analytics. So, it's a double-edged sword, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to defend Sam Bradford without those analytics. So.
I really want to interview him one day, but I don't know how to get hold of him. Like, I've looked, and he's a very, very tough man to find. I know he's with, what's the big agent called? The same agent as literally like everyone. Antonio Brown's agent. I forgot his name now. I want to say like Eisenstein. No, I can't remember.
Rich Eisen?
No, hang on. I'm gonna find it. I'll find it. But I know he was on that agency. Drew Rosenhaus, that's the one.
Oh, Drew Rosenhaus, yeah.
Yeah, Camaro says, love that statement, support the argument, not be the argument. Bang! There you go, Camaro. Appreciate you. That's 100% what we're all about at PSN. So, if you want unbiased coverage, unless it's towards Sam Bradford, phillysportsnowhere.com is the place to be, mate. But yeah, so I know he was with Drew Rosenhaus because he was like the last agent to... Well, Bradford was the last player to get that rookie deal before they changed it and said, hang on, this is a bit silly now where first-round picks are getting stupid money. But since I don't know if he's still with them, if he's left the agency, if he's even thinking of doing football or he's just disappeared. I don't know. I want to know where he is. He reminds me of the safety that played for the Eagles and then took up like a fake name and started playing baseball. I forget his name now. Walter Thurmond. Do you remember Walter Thurmond?
Oh, I remember Walt Thurmond, yeah.
He had like a really good year, then just disappeared.
Yeah, well, did he transition to safety and then have that good year?
Yeah, he had a really, really good year. I think it was 2015. Yeah. Then literally just decided to go, nah, I want to play baseball. And made a fake name.
Jordan did it.
Yeah, but he made a fake name so no one knew who he was and just started out as an amateur. And then someone twigged it and it became a thing. So maybe he's doing that somewhere.
Liam, are you Camaro 220? Because this is like...
See? That Patriots game is also one of the best games in recent memory. Watching him in New England with Boston neighbours was screaming back and forth. See? It was! It was such a good game!
I swear that's either you or Lizzie. That's...
Literally, I'm going to go watch that tomorrow. That's my weekend sorted. I'm just going to do a reaction video to that game. Because, someone just fell over then. By the way, the second half has started. We need to get back to Sixers stuff.
On that note, the second half has started.
Yeah. And the Sixers are on a 6-0 run. And who was it that fell over? Someone, just yeeted themselves on the floor.
I would assume Embiid, but I'm trying to get my game back up right now. Actually,
no, it was on the Hawks. I just don't know the Hawks. I think it was number 20. It's not Williams, is it? Oh,
Williams?
Yeah.
Solomon Williams?
No,
no, I don't think he's 20.
I don't know. Someone on the floor. They look limping and then they're fine, so I don't think anything's come of it. Oh, hello, Seth. Oh, my God. He's on one again. That was good.
So that's a 9-0 run to start.
Yeah, Seth Curry just banged in a gorgeous 3. Do you have that needs to be a documentary.
Oh, John Collins you're talking about.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Oh my God.
See, Seth Curry is one of those rare players. All right, I know you got a contract with us, but I will literally pay you more money, even though you were already signed up.
Yeah. Oh man, there does need to be a documentary about the Curry family one day, like a proper.
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be a 30 for 30 one day.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I love Seth Curry.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before, but I always go back to, I think it was like NBA 2K14 or 15, and I always just put him on my team because he was like an easy, every other rating was terrible, but A- 3-point shot. You'd be like, right, bang in, bring him in. And I've always had a soft spot for him, but. Love him.
Want to watch his jackpot shot? See what happens here.
Oh yeah, this is what I mean. No one
else.
This
is the way that I want to watch my sports games from now on.
Right, I think I can show this because I don't think this is actually counts as a stream. This is what we have to watch instead of commercials. So instead of hearing the Motor Trend Truck of the Year, we get whatever a jackpot shot is. Or dodgy cheerleader angles and a rapper with a mascot with a moving mouth. Oh, hello. Is he just shooting from half court? What's the deal?
Yeah, it's a half court shot.
Is it just a half court shot, is it? I say just a half court shot like I could pull it off.
Well, that's what it is for Damian Lillard.
Oh, it's frozen.
It froze.
What? No.
It froze.
What? No, the froze it as he shot.
Is it frozen on yours?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, dude, they're playing. I don't know.
Oh, here goes.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's missed it.
We just missed it.
Oh,
wait, does he get more shots? Oh, no, he's running back.
Oh, my God. That's the most entertainment I've had all game.
It had the distance. It was just a little bit outside.
Camaro says, would I rather watch an NBA Nickelodeon playoff game? Oh, I'd love to see how that looks.
I would do it if it wasn't the Sixers. If it's not my team, I will absolutely do it.
I mean, the Super Bowl was really cool. I didn't see the whole broadcast, but obviously you see it on Twitter and all the stuff coming out. It's a really cool way to get kids interested in it. But it also blows my mind, how they do it, with all the chroma key and stuff. That is it's hard work. It's a fair play to them. Oh, well, now I've got a rapper again, or a DJ set by the looks of it. What's up, Colin? Nice to
it's
see
DJ
you.
Mohawk.
It's who?
DJ Mohawk.
Okay.
You didn't see them say who it was?
No.
And that's Mohawk.
Oh, I found.
He does not have a mohawk.
Sir Foster has a piano with his name on it, so I mean.
All right, yeah, that's baller.
That's a pretty big. That sounds like Beethoven's added some sort of breakdown on a keyboard. And on that note, before I get copyright struck, this is more entertaining than the game. I love the fact Steph has given Seth his playoff basketball energy. Me too. It's like Seth has gone, do you know what? I can't be here, so you do it for me. Pick up where I left off.
If you could combine Seth and Ben Simmons in one player, that player would. I mean, I'm drooling thinking about that.
Your eyes closed, and I thought for a minute I'd lost you to.
You did. You lost me to my own mind thinking about Seth Curry and Ben Simmons as one, but man, that'd be a hell of a player.
Also, somehow unbeknownst to us, through all the jackpot shot and Seth Curry's breakout, the Sixers do actually have an 8-point lead.
That they do. 12-0 run in the past 3 minutes.
Is a little bit insane, really, when you think about it. Fair play, boys. Keep it. Oh, hello. Is that Big Kev? No, he's missed. Never mind.
All right. And the run stays alive.
Go on, Ben.
And pass out.
Never mind.
All right. And a turnover. Oh, wait. It stays. That's shocking.
I don't know how that worked, but we will take it. Just gonna have to order a Seth Curry jersey tomorrow now, aren't I think, and get it done. Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking either the Curry or the Maxey.
I think Maxey probably long term is going to be the better option, but
Well, the thing is, Curry could really be here for 5 more years. If he plays out the next 2 and then they sign him to like a modest 3-year deal thereafter, I mean, he really could close out his career here, especially with shots like that.
Camaro says, "I refuse to buy any more modern jerseys, only shirts." That's fair. Like, so you're just like a retro guy?
Well, I mean, with American Express, you have jersey assurance. And I think that's probably how I will end up buying. So my problem is that I did buy a Ben Simmons and a Tobias Harris jersey, which I am totally cool with, unless they are no longer on my team. And then it's like, all right, well, this is like, I'm not a jersey burner, but this is like, all right, so what are we going to do with this now?
Yeah.
If they win the finals with those players, then I'll keep them. I don't care where they go. I'm keeping those things I'll frame them. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go back to rocking my Philadelphia Warriors Jason Richardson jersey. But
what I will say though is what I'm wearing at the minute is a Christmas present from my younger brother. So this is a Charlton shirt. So this year's Charlton shirt, but on the back, right, Jenkins 95 year I was born.
Nice,
nice. Hey, wearing my own. I'm that egotistical. I just run around like I wear my own name.
Did I ever tell you about the Christmas gift that I got you?
No, because it never arrived, did it, or something?
So I ordered you a Clayton Thorson Eagles jersey for Christmas. That was my gift to you that I had ordered, and the site looked so American when I purchased it, and then suddenly after I, confirmed the purchase, it was not, and I didn't get this jersey forever. Who is it? What PayPal? That's what it is. PayPal sent it to the wrong address, and so then it was held to the post office. But I didn't get a tracking number from the company for like 3 months. And then I go to the post office finally, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we don't have it. We would have sent it back by now."
Oh no!
And so I reached back out to the company. And mind you, like after all this has happened, this is May that this has all happened.
Jesus.
And so I the company reaches back out, and I tell them literally everything that happened. I said, "Hey, they said they sent it back to you," and he told me that they had a New York facility. So, and I'm telling them like, "Listen, it's back in New York. Just send it to me." And he says, "Well, I mean, I don't have any receipt that we got that. So what we can do is you pay us an extra $20, and we'll send you another one." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not." I didn't even respond. Like, I'm not doing that again.
My God.
Like that was the worst. Like, listen, I've bought a lot of questionable jerseys in my time, and that was the worst that it's ever been. So
I mean, it kind of had to be, right? For all players.
It's jersey. It had to be. Yeah,
it had to be terrible.
It's DH8 or nothing from here on out. Like, that's just it.
Well, I hope you know that my face on the stream, I got very emotional, and that might be the most wholesome thing anyone's ever tried to buy me. So that will live on, even if it didn't arrive, in my heart I now have it, and that's
I'm never going to try that again. I might not get you anything ever again just because of it all. Because you never know if it's going to come or not. I mean, even if I buy it in the store myself, it just might not get to you.
That's true. Here's a question though, right? Do you still use the kettle that I bought you? That's the big one. Okay, good. Moving on, right?
Well, so here's the thing about the kettle. The kettle was going great. And then my wife dropped it. And it has like the metal like spout.
Yeah.
And that kind of bent, and so it doesn't quite pour water anymore.
Oh no.
And so I was quite upset about that when that happened. So no, I don't really use the kettle. I still have it because I refuse to get rid of it because I swear one day I'm gonna fix it. But it's not exactly functioning at the moment, unfortunately.
Oh man, it's okay. I'm glad it's still living though. That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's it's in the house, so it's got that. But I do love that kettle, and like I said, I swear I will fix that thing one day.
Oh, that's okay, man. No, Steve said he loves you, Liam. I know, and I love him too. It's a very romantic world. Oh, you guys.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that my wife dropped that, and now we're bringing up all that again, and so that'll, yeah.
She came back to bed in like a grump with her. She just like turned the cold shoulder into bed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I made so much tea out of that thing, and I made my ramen with it. Oh, it was great times. Great
Just
times.
reminiscing of like you in this cat in a little like daisy field, like spinning around.
Well, like, so my wife's family, they've made their own sweet tea like forever. So, and it starts, you boil water and you actually brew the tea halfway up the pitcher, add in the sugar, and then you put the cold water in on top and mix it all up and whatever. But so making that sweet tea, we kept using that because we had that, and it's especially with like when we bought this house, it has a crappy electric coil stove, which is the worst kind of stove ever invented. Yeah. And so refusing to use that and having my electric tea kettle instead, infinitely better. So we will get back there eventually.
Love it. Camera says there are a few ways to get the perfect jersey. Granted, this is half my fault, but the last jersey I bought was a Radko Gudas jersey that I got custom pressed in front of me. Aside from the fact the first time they pressed it, they spelled it Gouda.
No. See, I would totally rock a Gouda jersey.
I'd love it.
That sounds amazing. It's just... You get that, you get the Provolone Flyers jersey, just absolutely.
Oh, I was thinking, mate, I tell you, Gudas was an absolute shithouse as well, though. Absolute rock. Like, he's just the one person that would literally just punch anyone directly in front of you. Rami says, Bogdan out, Lou Williams in. Why hasn't Lou Williams started once? I don't know. I did wonder where Lou Williams was this game, to be fair. Mainly because I have him in DraftKings, and he's got 2 points on there. Mind, hello, how are you? He was the last true flyer next. Do you know, I agree with that, Camaro. I can't lie. I think he, in terms of embodying that, Broad Street bully mentality of being physical and wanting to, I don't know, always being an enforcer type guy. Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. Like, they carried that physicality with him. As for the next generation of flyers, who knows where they're going to get that from. I think it was nice seeing Orbe Cabell. I'd argue we'll get Orbe Cabell over towards the end of that season. Definitely took on a little bit and got a bit angry at times and was very happy to go and, say what to a couple of guys. And I think that impact, he brought that energy to the team. So whether he'll get to a level like Gudas in terms of like that high up the pairings, I don't know. But I think, that's the one guy I'd look at now and say he's probably the one on the team that has that about him or that kind of mean streak in his place. So, that's the extent of my Flyers knowledge. I'm afraid on that one. But in terms of the Sixers right now, it is a 10-point lead. And it is all looking swimming so far. For sure, love that younger guys have the hunger, but the older guys got to go. Yeah, it's going to be I know, I suppose we're in a timeout so we can talk Flyers. I know it's in a bit of a transition and off-season at the moment where the Flyers, you've got the expansion draft, you've got a couple of dodgy contracts where people potentially looking at Jake Voracek on the way out. There's going to be some tricky decisions. Talking of decisions, I know you've just changed into a jersey. Do I want to ask what is on the front and the back? Because that looks like a bit of a wild card one.
This is... All right, so this one is one of my personal favorites. This is my Jason Richardson Philadelphia Warriors jersey.
Wow.
Now, you may pause and say, Jason Richardson did not play for the Philadelphia Warriors. And you may also think, Jason Richardson played in the NBA about 50 years after the Warriors were no longer in Philadelphia. However, the Warriors did have a night where they honored... when they were back in Philly. Jason Richardson, one of my favorite NBA players, did also play for the Sixers. So I will wear this still Philadelphia jersey with pride until the day I die.
That's crazy. I honestly, until seeing that, didn't know the Philadelphia Warriors were a thing.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Warriors, the Philadelphia Athletics, two teams who a lot of people in Philadelphia wish that they still had.
Yeah. That's mad. the more you know. What's the oldest NBA team? On another Google, apparently, the Sacramento Kings, for anyone that cares remotely. Just a Google
Well, yeah, but
search
they
for
weren't always the Kings.
Ah. Well, the Queens.
They,
The Jacks.
no, they would not. That's not what they were.
At the time, they were the
Whoa.
Sacramento Princes, and they kind of grew into that like Kings role as time went on.
Well, so the Kings were. So actually, all right. So, because when you said that, that sounded kind of funny. Because they're not the oldest. Because it's tricky. So it's like they were not the first team in the NBA, but they are the oldest team in the NBA.
Okay.
And that sounds like it doesn't make any sense.
Not
Because you think about like some of the original teams in the NBA, and you think about like the year they were founded, and so the Philadelphia Warriors, right? Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks. Who else was back there? So that's 1946 for the NBA. Hawks were founded in 46, but didn't play until 49. Well, in any case, the Sacramento Kings didn't actually start in the NBA until 48, 2 years after these other teams. But they were a semi-pro team starting back in 1923. And they were the Rochester Seagrams and became the Rochester Eber Seagrams, the Rochester Pros, the Rochester Royals, and then what most people know them as, other than the Sacramento Kings, the Cincinnati Royals. So what a long, strange trip it's been for Sacramento Kings fans.
Yeah. I'm very confused even hearing about it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. And to do all that and to have such a history of losing is truly an accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean they've tried their best and failed what looks to be every possible
They came
step
close.
What, a couple times?
Well, they did have it. So they had a championship in '51, but obviously that far back. I mean, that's when they were in Rochester still. So it's like, I mean, we're talking about 70 years ago. But other than that, were they in the finals one other time? It's not been often. I can tell you that. I remember they went to the NBA finals when they had. I want to say that it was Chris Webber and Vlade Divac, and this is like in the 2000s. Jason Williams. Yeah, but yeah, not the most storied in terms of accomplishment franchise.
No. Camaro just says as well, my bird has a Trotter Philly Yellow Jackets jersey, even though he didn't play that game. That's cool, though. How many points do you think we get ahead before we blow the lead? Okay, we're right back to the NBA history lesson is over now.
I'm going to say 15.
All right, well, at the minute, we're at... Where are we? What, 4? 4.
Yeah, now it's 4.
I mean, if they get out to a 15-point lead, I mean, that would be quite a feat. Having said that, it's a nice little, what appears to be a 2-pointer going in. Yeah, it's Tobias. Looking a little less useless.
Bucket.
There we go.
Ooh, Mike Conley's going to play tonight. That makes the Jazz game a little more fun.
What's the score going into that one? Like the record?
I think Clips are up 3-2. Yeah, they're up 3-2, and they're missing Kawhi. So it is, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the Jazz are basically in, like, Conley has to play because it's win or go home. So
yeah. Kamara says Philly's a historic city, historic team with historic sports losses. What's the biggest comeback loss in sports history? Would be the city to do it. Biggest comeback loss. I mean, well, the Atlanta one's got to be pretty damn close, right, from the other day.
Yeah, I mean that's up there. I mean, so like Philly, we have our own like comeback wins. Like, let's not forget about like the Miracle in the Meadowlands, like all of them. Um, you think about the Patriots Falcons Super Bowl. That's an all-time collapse that wasn't with Philadelphia. So here, I actually looked up, and here's a fun one. So Frank Reich led the Buffalo Bills back against the Houston Texans, or actually no, it must have been the Oilers back when he played, because the Texans are much newer than that. So the Houston Oilers down 35-3 in the second half, and Frank Reich threw 4 touchdowns to lead them to a 41-38 win.
Jesus. I know,
So
I remember
former
writing about
Eagles offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I remember writing about that for, I can't remember when, it would have been some sort of Frank Reich article, but I remember finding it really interesting. The more you know.
The guy knows how to win.
Kamara says, very true, classic negative Philly sports fan tonight. So, oh, dude, don't apologise. We're all in the
No,
same
don't
boat.
apologize. You're in the right state of mind.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing that you'll fit right in here. This is absolutely fine. Although having said that,
No, we cannot stop Trey.
No, but up by 5 or 3. Yeah.
But we can blow this lead.
Yes. Yeah. That's the spirit. Yeah.
You know what really gets my blood boiling? As an Italian, for so many years, I have loved Danilo Gallinari. Even when he was a Knick. I hate that man with every fiber of my being now that he's on this Hawks team. And I cannot, I will never enjoy him again because he's a part of this Hawks team that just, it grosses me out because I think about how Philly's played them so far in this series.
Yeah, I mean, I remember even back when he was with the Sixers, it was,
They call that a charge?
Uh-oh.
Or is that a block on Gallo?
Again, it looks like Maxi's
I
coming
know,
in.
Doc's still pissed off, so like I don't know what happened.
But that's normal though for Doc, right?
Yeah, he's just always pissed off. All right, looks like a block. All right, we're good. Yeah, his feet were moving, so that is a block. Though I'll tell you, if Ben Simmons did that would have been a charge.
Yeah, no, more than likely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting antsy. We're literally a quarter away. Oh, I don't like it. Oh god.
Like I said, nothing matters till the fourth.
Yeah, don't like it. Oh, there you go. That'll do.
Yeah, we're going down low. They got the size mismatch. Nope. Open 3. Good brick. Good brick.
Sorry, 30 seconds to go. Just.
You should have pushed it. Jeez.
I know.
But don't push it now.
Push it now.
All right.
Darth just tweeted me, said, I need some kind of NCAA style bracket of athletes that Liam simps for.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that could be.
So who are the 1 seeds? We got Bradford. We got Thorson.
Yeah, they're up there. Who else?
John Hightower, of course. Yeah.
Kevin Hogan, he'd be up there. I think he's.
Kevin Hogan. Hogan's a 1 seed.
That was like the OG Liam Simp, I think.
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
That was, doesn't get more than that. That's the old flame that will never die.
So what? Devontae Smith's a 16 seed. Is that?
He'd be in there. Probably sneak him in. Like, I don't know if I'd simp for him just yet. I was a bit.
Or is he in the bracket of NFL players you can beat in a fight?
Exactly. It's a much smaller bracket, but Oh my god! I hope he never finds those tweets. I kind of hope he does. Actually,
I really hope he does.
It just ends up on his like mean tweet things like a year's from now.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Like, imagine he becomes like a big star, which he will. And if they had him on like whatever Kimmel or Fallon or whatever for whatever reason, either they pull that up and then Oh man, I could see that just being. It would bring me a lot of joy.
It was just sort of like flipping the birds when it happened as well, where like I think I was a bit delirious because my body clock was messed up at the time, and I was like thinking,
Yeah.
and like I just went, I could beat him in a fight, just totally irrelevant
Yeah.
conversation, just like cut in, and was like, oh, yeah, I probably could though, so we'll have that. But yeah, I don't know who else athletes are simple. I mean, Johnny Manziel was the OG before I started PSN when he was at Texas A&M, and then that all went very, very tits up. So I don't know who'd be in there now. Carter Hart a little bit. I think I do have a soft spot for Carter Hart. I think he's always up there. Lyle Taylor from his Charlton days before he became a snake.
Mm.
Who you guys got for the next game?
What next game? You talking about the Jazz Clippers? I hope that's what you're talking about. I'll tell you what. I got the Clippers in the next game. I'll be honest with you. I think Paul George is going to lead them to another win.
Love to see it. So see what you're saying is if I lump my bank balance on the Clippers to win now, and
what you need to do is you need to hammer 3 things: the
Okay.
over,
yeah,
the Clippers money line,
yeah,
and Paul George point over.
okay. That is tempting. It is tempting.
Yeah. What is the over for the game? I don't even know what the over the game at, but I'm calling over right now.
I'm gonna guess 228. Let me have a look. Oh,
Yeah, 228 sounds about right.
really? Oh, good. I love guessing.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what it's gonna be. What I'm saying is like that sounds like what Vegas would call it. I think it'd be higher than that though.
It is.
I'm trying to sign up. What do you?
It's actually it's 223. Is the spread?
Hmm.
Did you say Mike Conley's playing as well?
Yeah, Mike Conley's gonna play. Oh, I got 221.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hit that over in a heartbeat. Hit the over, hit the money line, and get those player props.
Therese says PG under is a lock.
Over, yeah, no, he's scoring more than 30. Freaking DraftKings does not. DraftKings is the absolute worst at parlays. It is just awful. I mean, that's what like FanDuel. When I made my $1,000 for this laptop. Most of it came out of FanDuel, and then I just doubled it essentially on Baltimore Ravens games. So how that exactly worked is I made here, I made there, doing the parlays on FanDuel, and then I launched that into custom spreads in Baltimore Ravens games on DraftKings. And $1,000 later, here's the laptop. So that is my advice: is to work the parlays, and then, like an addict, just sift right through the. Find a defense-oriented team. PG under a lock? Nah, I gotta disagree. I don't know who's gonna defend him. I mean, there's not gonna be anyone who has a chance.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. I might set a DraftKings on it for it. I'm feeling it. I'll tell you what, I've been playing a lot of DraftKings on the Euros. Haven't been winning a lot of DraftKings on the Euros, but it has been very fun. Have you watched much of the Euros? I'm not sure it's quite promoted over there. I know they're big on like international soccer, but I'm not sure.
You know what? Everyone I know is, but I think the only thing that I've been watching is NBA playoffs and Loki on Disney Plus. Like that's it.
Oh, that's fair.
I've done like no other television time but that.
It's understandable though. We can let you off for that one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to run a tournament outside of NBA play, where is there a foul on that? Then I'll be all about it. But I mean, during the playoffs, yeah, it's not. And plus, a lot of those games, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're typically running when I'm at my 9 to 5. So
yes, yeah, that's the other.
that does make it a little bit more difficult. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Just got like phone under the table, just like I don't care about this sport, but Liam said to watch it, so I'm just gonna.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I haven't seen much of a Cogbu today. I had a NBA.
I'll be honest. I think he's had a very solid series, and I think that they have themselves a player going forward. The only problem is that they're going to re-sign John Collins with the way that he's played in this series.
Yeah.
And they're not the same player by any means, but I mean that they play the same role in the lineup potentially. So initially they wanted to talk about moving Okongwu to center, but I mean Capella is fine on a halfway decent contract. I mean Okongwu might end up being a player that you trade to make a move for a big piece. You know, if they do push for a Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
To facilitate one of those types of moves, you know, move him and a Bogdanovich and a DeAndre Hunter and more, but for Bradley Beal, basically.
No, that would be interesting. I mean, I think it's just you and your trade machines now going to be just running.
Oh, no, that's all I'm going to do. Like, whatever happens with the rest of the Sixers season, that's all I'm going to do all summer. It's that and Tankathon. Like, that's it. I just go right into the trade machine and mock drafts. That's it.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a bit prolonged though. As things stand, it is looking a bit tense. Down to a 2-point lead. I say down to it. It's only as high as 6, I think. But
and still a 2-point lead. All right, miss this, and we all get Frosties. Nobody will be more happy than Dwight Howard.
He loves those things.
And hey, you missed it. All right, everybody gets Frosties.
I thought it was only at home games.
I don't know.
Is it not?
I don't know. Who cares? I never get them anyway. I'm not even a Frosty guy. Like, I just go get ice cream. Like, what?
That's
Like, I don't know. I don't know what the Wendy's scene is like in England, but do you have any? And have you had a Frosty?
I haven't had a Wendy or a Frosty. But I'm assuming they're like we have a slush puppy, so I'm assuming it's that. But
yeah, I mean, whatever that is, it probably is.
Yeah, like a water ice thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like somewhere between a water ice and a milkshake. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I would much rather get a Chick-fil-A milkshake, or I'm a gelati guy. Like, I'll just go to an actual ice cream stand and get a gelati.
Yeah. That's understandable, though. I feel you on that one. That's favorite thing about the outside US Sports Olympics I went to do at work in the middle of the night. See, that's where I'm at, but with American sports. Only now it is my entire life. Oh, no, what happened there?
Wow, that would have been filthy. And it still was, just not for Harris.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
Yeah. Solid play, solid play.
I feel like the fourth quarter has been about 10 minutes, 6 seconds for about the last half an hour.
Yep.
And I'm on edge. I don't like it.
Oh my gosh.
Literally went into a brick wall.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That is one of the cleanest blocks I've seen in a while.
Was that Capella?
No, that's Okongwu.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of an NBA top.
But I'm saying he's a good rook.
No, it will be good in a few years for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think he's someone that. Well, so Washington's like an interesting case. That was a beautiful 3 by Maxey.
Oh, I love that. He's so like.
I know, he's so happy about it too. Nobody deserves to be here more than Maxey.
Nah.
Especially after that tackle.
Look at them literally just spearing someone out of the ring.
Yeah.
Straight back down the other end. No, I love it. Oh,
Pull
go
it.
on, and again. Oh, come on! Come on! Oh my god.
Wait, what?
What's happened?
I don't like why Dwight's walking with him.
What the hell happened here?
Are they trying to see if it was before the shot? Well, it definitely was.
Oh.
First off, Howard fouled Williams 100%. I don't know, actually. Because that left angle shows a little different story.
Mm.
I mean, Dwight Howard finished him, don't get me wrong, but. Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear it. Williams is heated, though. He's not having it.
As he shouldn't. Maxi's just. Oh. They can't
Yeah.
take that from him.
No, I'll be really pissed off if they take that from Maxey.
It's just crazy. I think literally at different points in this series, the players to pull the Sixers out of the deepest abyss possible have been Tyrese Maxey and Shake Milton.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has been. It's great to see that resilience from the bench. I wish there were a little more consistency. You would get more consistency if you played Maxey on a more consistent basis. But I've been very happy with and they took it away.
No!
And it might be a foul on Howard on top of that.
Oh my god. Jesus. That's gut wrenching.
Yeah, well, you would think that they were back-to-back Maxey threes, but get it back to Maxey for another three.
Go on.
Where's that foul?
Oh, Ben's gonna lose it in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I would rather Ben foul out now than, be in.
Well, if he fouls out, then, you don't have an excuse but to not play him.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be so careful now. We didn't really do anything there.
Well, that just went out. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kicked it out. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for Simmons.
4 points and 4
Next.
fouls. That is not the response that people wanted to see.
No. Simmons will not be forgiven by this fan base after tonight, I don't think.
No, I think that's a very fair comment to say.
He only has 1 turnover. Joel has 7 turnovers.
Jesus. I don't know. It's probably been a sloppier game than the last one, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree. And this fourth quarter's not started out well. That's definitely true. Nah, just pull up and hit that, Maxey. And there's number 8. Oh, wait, does it stay? I swear that looked like an Embiid turnover. I don't even know how they said that stayed.
I mean, we'll take him, though. Oh,
That is a good screen and pop that 3.
Oh, lucky. Just keep shooting.
Yeah, really. I don't want Maxey to do anything but just keep shooting.
Yeah. Oh, for crying out loud. It annoys me how good he is, to be fair. It's like in every aspect. Like, he almost is.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're totally different players, but like maybe it's the height thing. But he's got that kind of Steph in him, I think, where he's
got that Steph range almost.
Yeah. But at the same time, can be so quick to get inside and make something happen underneath.
Yeah. I mean, really, he's kind of he's not as good as either of these players. But if you had to describe his game, there's a lot of Steph, there's a lot of James Harden.
Yeah.
Great block by Ben. Finally did something. And turnover or foul? I guess a foul.
What, on Ben? Oh no, please no.
No.
I was gonna say not now.
No, legit block, and then it looked like a foul thereafter. Yeah, young fouled Ben.
Oh. Well, that...
And there's a foul on Ben. Because you know why? Because every damn time he sets a screen, he steps out in front of the player. And it's the literal definition of a moving screen. Like he's literally moving while screening. And he's shocked every damn time, and I can't figure it out. Just foul out already. I don't even care. Just foul out so we can be done with Ben Simmons for the night.
Is it 6 fouls and you're out?
6 and you're out.
Yeah, I thought it was 5. Okay, that's my bad.
No, it's 5 is the collegiate level.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll pretend that's exactly what I meant and just go, yeah.
No, that's exactly what. Well, you're a big Kentucky fan, I know.
I bloody love Kentucky Wildhawks.
Yeah.
They're my favourite of all the teams.
Who'd you say?
No one.
Did you say Kentucky Wildhawks?
It's because they're playing the Hawks.
Well, you got the first part right, but you got the easy part wrong. That's what I don't like.
It's because they're playing the Hawks now. I think I just got...
You remember Wild, but you don't remember Cats. Yeah. Oh, those Duke Red Devils, man, I'll tell you. Man, aren't they something?
Kamara says, damn, I also thought 100% thought it was 5. Basketball's not my number one. But I'm convinced...
Just admit you're Camaro, all right? Mate, I know it.
I just sat there, like, typing away, backing up what I say. He's going to get like, dude, you know what? I 100% thought it was the Wild Hawks as well. Kamara's my new favourite person. 100% my new favourite person. Like, we see eye to eye on everything. Like,
I swear Lizzie's just watching it at home. Just watching the live stream.
Just like quickly in the tab, I'm going to back him up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no, I love it. Oh, there you go, Joel.
They calling that a foul? No. Okay, good. All right, sit down. Shut up, Trae Young. Now, you want to talk about athletes that you could beat in a fight. Now, Trae Young is certainly on that list.
I feel bad, though, because he's, like, tiny.
Well, you'd be bullying him, yeah.
Yeah. Like, even me, which I shouldn't be able to bully anyone, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trae Young will make the list. He's up there with the Devonta Smiths of the world.
Yeah, I keep telling you, Devonta Smith's not on that list. Like, you say he's on that list. He's not there.
You say that. You haven't seen my Fist of Fury.
That man will roast you, okay? Like, that's... I got no... Like, listen, those Bama boys that don't play, I mean...
Yeah, I'm a Charlton fan. I don't play.
Okay, yeah, okay.
To be fair, he's also got a punchable face. Do you mean me or Trae Young?
He has an extremely punchable face.
Who,
you know, he's got one of the most punchable faces, talking about Trae Young, in the entire league.
I was going to say, it's some pent-up frustration you get off your chest there.
I know, we're not talking about you. No, we're talking about Trae Young.
Oh, man, nah. I don't think he's punchable. I think he looks like a little doll, though. Like a little action figure.
Trae Young?
Yeah, he's got one of those faces where it looks like it's been painted on a little bit. Where like,
okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it looks like if he just pulled the same expression and did a really violent head turn, it'd look like someone's just twisting his head round and he's like a little NBA action figure.
Somebody's really getting into this dance cam.
Oh, can we show the dance cams? Oh, I'm gonna risk it. Go on. Oh, you missed it.
I don't know. With the way that one lady was dancing, we might need an 18+ advertisement.
I don't know. I don't know what goes on in Atlanta. All I know is that this is the place where... Is this where James Harden, the strip club thing, happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where, if the question is this where the strip club thing happened? Yes.
Yeah, right. If that's the case...
Like all the strip club things happen in Atlanta.
I am now understanding why, off of based on purely nothing than the way these camera angles are set throughout tonight.
Yeah.
and what is going on in. This is just strange.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is, the whole dance cam thing is so alien to me though. Like, I couldn't imagine being at a game and a camera being on me and me not going like, "What the fuck?
Oh,
Go
they're
on,
ice
fuck."
trays. I thought this dude had a bunch of like egg cartons like just taped to him, but they're ice trays.
Context, there it is. If you can see it
Yeah,
there.
there.
He's having a
Okay.
whale of a time. Loving life. Oh, he's very fired up to have egg cartons on his head.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, it does. Oh, they're ice tray. Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. I did wonder. I was like, why has he got ice tray?
Welcome to the present.
I did it. I figured it out.
That's good. And before the game got back to action. So
Yeah,
perfect.
Oh, so have we got time for a little Liam story? So we were in a
We definitely did.
We were in a coffee shop not long ago, and they were giving out like free samples, and it was it's a hot day. Do you want this like iced strawberry and cream tea? I was like, oh yeah, it sounds great to like try. Sipped it. I was like, oh, this is really good. So the guy was like, if you buy this tin of it, it's really easy to make. It's like $8 roughly, like to buy. And you put 2 teaspoons in and add hot water. And I went, oh, and that makes it cold, does it? And he went, no, that's if you want hot tea. And I was like, oh, right, it's just because you gave me cold tea. I assumed we were having a iced tea discussion. And like, I thought you were just trying to mug me off. So I was like, made myself like a dumbass by not realising that. So like, I had cold tea. He's like, oh yeah, you add hot water. I'm like, oh, and that makes it cold then, does it? And he's like, no, that makes it hot. You put cold water in for God's sake.
That would be how it works, yes.
Yeah, I realised that.
Yeah.
There you go. Are you proud?
Yeah. Yeah, that's that Ben Simmons free throw, and he made it.
There you go.
Oh, celebrate Ben, enjoy him, treasure him.
Just want to call out as well. Matthew Salt says complete 180, but is this a bad time to confess that I unashamedly sang the Clayton Thorson jingle to myself the other day? No, it's not, and I'm so happy it lives on, and it has become a phenomenon that no one will ever forget. It lives in deep down in all of our hearts. Whenever that song comes on the radio, we'll always Clayton Thorson. It's always there. It'll always be with you, Matt, and I'm glad that I can share that moment with you. We have a bond for life now. I hope you know that. Camara says, went to compare parts of Atlanta to Philly and was going to mention Kensington and Camden and just started laughing at a comparison to Philly's Kensington and Camden's. Yeah, our Camden is a lot like, it's like hippie central, really. It's just like everywhere is very, I don't know, alternative and different and strange. And Kensington is very, very
Camden
posh.
is very strange. That is, our Camden is also very strange.
I know our Kensington is very, very, very posh and upper class, which I don't think is the same for Kensington in
It is not.
area. No. So,
It's not. No.
go on, Ben. Go on. Yes, that counts. That'll do.
I don't know how that one went
No,
through.
so someone is like, you know,
Like Bugs Bunny underneath of the magnet.
just reeling it back in. Go on.
He might get his free throw percentage up to... no, he won't.
At least 37.
I was going to say 40, but no, it's not going to happen.
Oh, okay, I didn't go in. That's good.
Still got that rebound, though.
Oh, is that big Kev? Oh. Jesus Christ. The rebounding has been atrocious in Philadelphia's part today.
Yeah, well, that's what'll happen when, your one and only starter who can rebound is limping to the finish line.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault because he's done everything, but if only you had a player who was, say, 6'10", 6'11", and just a freak athlete who was constantly playing against players who were much smaller than he is and could grab some of these rebounds. If only that such a player existed. That player he wouldn't even have to shoot if he just rebounded the ball. Per se.
Oh, I think I could get a Hadji reference in. It's clearly,
If only.
Bogdanovic is who you were talking about there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
But on a positive though, it is good to see Tyrese back in the game. Hopefully to close it.
33 minutes he's played this series up until tonight. He's played 23 tonight, 13
Wow.
points in each.
Unreal. I don't get where Doc doesn't
Yeah.
see the value there.
I mean, you have no bench scoring if you don't have Tyrese Maxey, because Shake Milton's just inconsistent. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Shake Milton is literally the Travis Fulgham with the Eagles, I think. Can we
I think that's a great comparison.
I'm really proud of that one.
Yeah.
Ken Sod says trust the plan, which, hey, if we have elevated our process to plan, we'll take that. I like that, Ken.
Is that the new Philadelphia trust the process?
Trust the plan. Whatever the plan is. Oh, Joe, there you go.
I don't think I don't think that was the plan.
We trust it anyway.
Because that was quite the hack by Harris, which completely undid the block by Joel. But
yeah, and the
well,
cameraman
that ball
fell
was
over.
probably going in. He stopped the and one at least.
But the cameraman fell over. I made up for it. Camara says our Camden and Kensington are basically open drug markets, so not exactly the same. Yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah, not quite equal. Yeah.
Here goes the Hacker Ben. Do you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I love the Hacker Ben from a tactical standpoint. As embarrassing as everyone's, it's embarrassing. It is, but if there's a clear flaw you can legally exploit in another player.
If you do
or
it
team,
down the road,
it.
It bothers me when you pull that crap in like the first half, and it's just pathetic.
Yeah. But
I mean, if you're talking about like, listen, there's 5 minutes left, and I'm a hack a Shaq, I'm a hack a Ben. It's like, all right, yeah, okay, I get it, but to be like, hey, there's 6 minutes left in the first quarter, let's go to hack a Ben, like that's just a scrub move. You better hit that.
Oh,
and he did.
My God. Go on. Fuck. There you go. Right, surely it can't go tits up now.
Holy crap, Liam, why would you say that?
I got excited.
There's still 5 minutes left, and you're like, oh, there's no way that they're going to lose now.
This Watchalong becomes such a train wreck. I love it. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
Trust the plan. Just trust the plan.
Oh.
Have faith. It'll be fine.
I have no doubt in my mind they're going to lose this game now.
No. Don't do that. Fans screaming not to play Tyrese Moore is reminiscent of fans screaming at Chip to let DeMarco Murray run north-south and not out a shotgun. Yeah. Bang on.
Yeah.
Very bang on. See, Camaro loves that 2015 season. That Sam Bradford. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that bond growing. I like it.
I mean, listen, DeMarco Murray, I think, was spent either way, but you can't tell me he would not have been more efficient just running him the way that he ran his entire career up until that point.
Yeah, although I've got to say, watching him play against Dallas and just try and hurdle teammates, and the one game out of 16 he would just run really angry, it was fun. I liked that one game. Yeah. I think it was particularly good, but he had a good little... I was like, oh, hello, DeMarco Murray's pissed off today. Where's that been for the last 7 weeks?
Pissed off running backs are fun. I'll tell you, man. Like, that's a lot of fun. Pissed off running backs and pissed off linebackers. Yeah. I love it.
Like, just Derrick Henry every day. I'm pretty sure just wakes up, he's like, oh, it's sunny again! And just gets, like, really angry, and love it. Love the energy. The very first play after the chip firing was a north-south 40-yard touchdown. The very first. Oh, it was Pat Sherman, wasn't it, that took over from Chip Kelly? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What a time. I miss that 2015 season.
Nah.
No?
Nah. I just, if I could just live in the beginning and the end of 2017, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, skip over the Rams game. Give me the whole season up until that. And then, I'll talk to you at the Super Bowl. And then we're good.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Hit him. Kick him. Get in there. Chin him. Oh. Will that be a foul for this?
Someone's getting something for that, yeah. I don't even know how it started.
I just saw them both kind of fly past
Yeah.
net and.
I saw Collins in there. I thought I saw Trae Young somewhere in there too, but he's so small, It's
Yeah, I mean, he might have been in there.
yeah. All right, let's see here. Oh, so he went back up and he caught Collins in the head.
Ah.
I mean, it sucked, but he was clearly going for
yeah.
shot. Oh, and then he
And
fell on Collins on top of it. That's at least a double technical. Oh, Trae Young's getting something. There he is.
Oh, what is he doing?
He shoved Embiid in the back.
Not that Embiid really felt it. I mean, put his arms out and was just like, no.
And there's got to be. I'm thinking a tech on Collins, Embiid, and on Trae Young.
I mean, Embiid's. I don't get why Embiid followed him round. Like.
Well, supposedly Trae was pushing him into Collins continually. That's Embiid just trying to draw a tech on Young.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
That's him instigating. So, yeah. Let's see what happens here. Actually, I got to hear this call, actually, so I'm going to...
We have a challenge as well.
A challenge, too? Oh, jeez. We're never getting out of here.
Why does he challenge that? Of all the...
I don't even know what they called.
He literally never challenges in his entire life. And that's the one he
called an offensive foul on Embiid to start. I think that's why he's challenging.
Oh, okay. I'm so confused.
This is some challenge music that they got going on.
Is that Trav? It's not, is it? Oh, I can't play too much. It's okay, it's fine. Don't mind that. She's having a nice little... I'm not sure if the music really fits what's going on.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't at all.
Bogdanovic hurt and out for the rest of the game. Ah, didn't know that. That's interesting.
All right, so the song went a 180, and now it's a little more fitting.
Oh, for what now? Oh, for crying out loud.
Collins is hugging Embiid, though, too.
Jalen Reagor plus Travis Fulgham equals Shake Milton. What wasn't Shake Milton, second round? And then... Oh, hang on. All my sound's gone. Hold on. I don't know if that's me or you. Zach, I can't hear you. Oh, you muted yourself. That's why. Okay,
Yeah, because I didn't want to run into a situation, copyright, whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think the Jalen Reagor thing comes into. I have heard people say this. I am not of this opinion that Jalen Reagor and Shake Milton look a bit alike. I don't see it, but I think that's where the Jalen Reagor thing comes in because that's not the first time that I've heard that.
Okay. Yeah, that's the first time I've heard it. I don't think they look that similar, though. Jalen Reagor looks like, if you put him in a cosplay, he would be in one of, the High Council members in an episode of Star Wars. It's a very niche reference there.
Yeah, no, I can actually see that, yeah.
Just
well, he looks like his eyes look like he's focused all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
he's like a high collar, just like...
Which we know he's not focused all the time, but his eyes make you think that he is.
So the Order of the Jedi has fallen. I could see him giving off that kind of...
Wait.
Oh, hello. We might have a call coming.
Or not.
Oh.
All right, wait, let me see that.
So far, no update on... Like me.
All right, so they're keeping the offensive foul on Embiid, and now they're sorting out the technicals.
Okay. 100% he's short and wise would fit perfectly in one of those beanbag chairs. See? Camaro is just me, just typing to myself, just like... And I can't lie, if he's named after a Porsche Camaro... Is that a car, Porsche Camaro, or is that a Porsche Carrera? I thought a Camaro was a car. Or is it a
A
Toyota?
Camaro is a car, but it's not a Porsche.
I was gonna say Porsche, one of my favorite car manufacturers, but okay. But that's the level of stream we've got to now.
All right, so it's double technicals on Collins and on Joel Embiid. I don't know how Trae Young escaped that without a foul.
Oh, Embiid took a little. Embiid is just one big shithouse, though, isn't he? He is in every sense of the word.
Oh yeah, this is things are going great. Sean Bernard making me happy. Few things make me happier than who we're talking just talking about Shake. Few things make me happier than Tyrese Maxey's smile. Stay cheesing, Rook. And that's exactly it. That's exactly right.
Oh, okay. Seven points. Well, that's fine.
Oh yeah, this is fine. Just like the dog in the fire. This is fine.
Yeah, I haven't jinxed it. So I'm really paranoid that I've jinxed it.
Yeah, well, too late to go back. So here we are.
I hope someone after the game opens their wallet. Sound off. This is pathetic. For what? The TV broadcast? Oh, I'm assuming for the refs, maybe? I can't spell properly. There we go. It was an attempt to spell it like the car. Oh, but Hunners has spelled it wrong. We created my YouTube page in 07. It was a much smaller person who was very much into... Oh, that's sick. That is so wholesome. I love that. Oh, what a comment. He literally is my favourite person in the world. I want Camaro to run for president.
Oh my gosh. Philly is 3 for 13 this quarter. Atlanta's 2 for 12.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't... Philly, they've really been let off the hook here, I think. Like, they've played really sloppy outside of Tyrese Maxey and Seth Curry. And if they get away with this, it is literally a lifeline that there's been given to them on a plate. Like, hey, we're going to force feed you. You're not drowning. And they're like, let me drown. And they'll get away with murder here, basically. Which, we'll take. But it's not exactly convincing. There's no momentum to go, oh, back to Philly, Game 7. It's more, shit. We got to go through it again. But... we've got to get to that point first. So it's now 4 points. Sorry for that.
All right. Come on, Maxie. We need you.
Yeah, this is the one time when
it was polite of you to call yourself out on Twitter.
Yeah, I thought I'd get in there just in case.
This is just masterclass.
Oh, no. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Sorry. My god. I don't even know how he did that. Like, Trae Young isn't human. Convinced. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, now we're back to these weird, dodgy fan things again, and...
Yeah, I know.
I wish that guy would behave himself.
I don't know if there were any more hideous like standard uniforms than what the Hawks had during the Al Horford, Josh Smith, Joe Johnson era. You know, you had that weird gray, that weird blue, and that flat red. It's just ugly. I'll point it out next time it's on, Liam, because
Yeah.
I don't even know if you would have seen that when that was around.
Probably not. I'd have been a little baby. Just, you know.
It wasn't that long ago. We're the same age. Jeez.
No, in terms of my NBA knowledge, though. No, I'll probably recognise that. I'm just going to Google Al Horford Hawks.
I was literally just going to send it to you. It's just figured it'd be a lot easier.
Let's have an Al Horford Hawks. What, grey? Grey.
Maybe that was an alternate one, or maybe I just don't remember. I don't care at this point.
I always thought it was like little grey triangles with the red and the yellow on them.
So they had the white, the blue, and the red, and maybe the gray was an alternate.
I've just seen the blue.
Not the light blue. Let's go mid 2000s.
I literally just went to Google Al Horford Hawks Google. It's going really well.
There's a lot of the white unis. There's a Dennis Schroeder in the blue.
Oh, I see it.
And then the red. They're ugly as all sin.
Yeah, that's a...
I mean, it made the Sixers, like the Iverson blue, look good. Like, that's how bad they were.
It's a very... I don't know, like, you can... Like a mid-2000s jersey. Like, it just is that kind of... Yeah. Someone will wear that with some, like, you know, dunks or something for some trendy Instagram page nowadays.
Yeah.
Cody just says,
John, yes, in fact, we are going to lose, yes.
We're going to lose because I said approximately 8 minutes ago, surely now
Correct.
this can't go tits up.
Yes.
And it is indeed going tits up.
Yes.
How do you draft Simmons and Fultz and neither one can shoot?
Well, Fultz supposedly could shoot.
They just decided to go, nah, I'll break that down.
And then it was either because of the accident that he got in and lied about, or he just forgot how to shoot. I'll let you figure out which one it is. But yeah, he can't shoot now. Simmons shot in college, but he is scared pissless like a dog, like a little puppy. Atlanta now 4 for 14 in the fourth. Oh, get that. You're white.
There you go. It just... As long as it goes in, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how it gets there. Doesn't have to be pretty now. Like, let's just get it home.
Wow.
Ooh.
Lucky that Trey missed that.
Right.
Because that was bad defense by Simmons. And I get it. You're scared. You only have one. You don't even have a foul to give because you got 5 fouls. But, I mean, if that's the case, you shouldn't be guarding Trey at all.
Is that a foul?
All right, he got the call. All right, they're going to let this go to 7. Adam Silver's officially stepped in, and they are allowing the game to go to 7.
Jones, I just feel like, stop me if I'm wrong, shooting's important in basketball. I don't know. We've bred such a culture of sarcasm and passive aggression. It's unbelievable. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be right though, John. You would be right.
Yes.
I mean, if I was
the only
Markel
players who get to not shoot don't get paid $30 million. That is correct. Unless you're Rudy Gobert. Which, I mean, Ben could basically be Rudy Gobert.
But, to be fair, Rudy Gobert now made us all do different types of shots in the way of COVID vaccines. And now we're all vaccinated.
That's true. That's true. Rudy Gobert's game does lead to shots of some sort.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I
totally blanked on the date of my second shot, and I told everybody at work, like, yeah, I got a half day coming up this Wednesday. It's not for another week.
Mate, I booked mine, and then do you want the same venue for your second vaccine? I was like, yeah, go on then. It was, there's no dates for it right now. So I was like, okay, never mind. went to check my appointment 2 days ago, and it was like, yeah, that doesn't exist because you didn't hit confirm.
It doesn't exist because
just not there. And I was like, okay, I got to go again. So now it turns out I've got one on Sunday. So yeah, if I'm at MIA on Sunday, I'm probably gonna milk being under the weather.
Yeah, that was my plan for when I do eventually. Because, well, I'll tell you, the first one hit me, and I still went to work the next day.
Yeah.
But I had a crushing headache that entire day.
Jeez.
I had like chills. I had fever. I had soreness, and that was just the first shot. So my one coworker, she immediately, the sweetheart that she was like, "Oh, you're not feeling well? Oh, the second one's gonna feel much worse." So I was like, "Thanks, that's awesome, thank you." Yeah. So I'll be springing into July in rough shape, but we'll move.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna be. I'd like to think I'll be alright, but I can just work from bed, I suppose. But if I can milk, it's being like, if I can get, pizza and beer, then that'd be good.
Did you say this Sunday is your shot?
Yeah.
Okay, so Monday's really when you're probably going to be out.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, God. Right, it's not even going tits up anymore.
Such dangerous passing.
The tits aren't even going up. They're just dangling.
Liam, just let the record show that you almost cost us this game.
I almost.
Came dangerously close to costing us this game.
We just like to live life on the edge. Keep things fruity. I think every Philly postseason needs one moment where they almost blow it. Thinking back to the Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
Falcons game where Julio fell, Brady's last pass. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
All right. No, I'm not going to talk.
I was going to say, all right, okay, well, the table's turned.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 27 seconds to 5 minutes are very different. You know that, right?
We're just manifesting. It's all it is.
I'll tell you, the one thing I love about doing these watch-alongs is that I don't have to listen to the national broadcasts, which are consistently awful.
But you do just have to listen to me. And I'm not sure if that is better or worse.
Oh, I mean, at least you're not saying things like, what is it that they keep saying? Like, everyone's talking about it right now, that they had said, will the lights go out on, will the lights go out on Philly as well as the process? And it's, like, first off, the Sixers are still up. Like, when they said that, the Sixers were still up.
Yeah.
But it just shows that incredible bias that just plagues. I feel like the process has been so tough for Philadelphia to overcome because there's such a hatred, and yet Sam Presti in Oklahoma City is constantly lauded for everything that he's done.
Yeah.
Which is an extreme version, I guess it's more of a streamlined version of what the Sixers did. So you wonder, how can he be praised and Sam Hinkie vilified? And people say it's because OKC's a small market, but like, okay, well, Philly was one of those teams wandering in mediocrity. When's the last time that their large market landed them a free agent?
Yeah. Oh, come on, 25. Just get it in. John says, Liam, is it coming home? I don't know anymore. I was confident after the Croatia game, and then they played the third worst team in the tournament and looked absolutely dreadful. And they just happened to be literally it's the equivalent of America playing Mexico, which I'm assuming would be a similar level, borderline country hatred in sports. And wasn't pretty. But it's always coming home because that's just the way England fans work. Football is always coming home every tournament for the rest of eternity until it eventually does come home. So I will keep believing. The process is over. There are high school kids over when the process began. That's true. Camaro says, I refuse to listen to almost all national broadcasts of all games, postseason or regular season games. It's almost always boring and anti-Philly. That's true.
Yeah, it is.
England is the international Philly, 100%. If you're bored after this, just listen to all the Three Lions songs. I think there's like 3 of them now. Of just, I mean, I think all the PSN writers know it off by heart. Like Zach will be walking to work one day, just going, and be like, what is that? And we'll never know. But deep down in his heart, he knows it's coming home. That's all that matters. Basketball's coming home. Hang on, it's only a 3-point.
It looks that way. It looks like, but there's still a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was back to a 3.
And Ben Simmons better be out of this game. There, okay. Is he on the bench?
Just like...
You're damn right he's
put
on the
him in
bench.
a straight jacket, like chain him to just a basket underneath and sit him there.
The biggest moment in the game, and the $30 million man is on the bench.
No way, I'd rather have it.
Yep.
Oh, hello. Come on. Oh.
Yep. It's going to be quite... well, these next 5 minutes, where these 18 seconds will take place, are going to be quite something.
Yeah. Just hit this one. It should be fine. What Premier team is most like Philadelphia? Who do I watch and support? That's a good question. I would say someone like West Ham. Just because they're a little bit of a smaller club, but a family team, rich history, easy to get behind, always underdogs. Had a really good year this year. Don't say Tottenham. I'm a Charlton fan. Don't be selling Spurs. That's no. Can't be doing that. Oh my, it's back to 3. Okay, that didn't go well.
And no more timeouts for Philly.
What's the score on time left? It should say down the bottom, shouldn't it? Yeah. So it's 197. But
13-3.
At this rate, you're just hoping they keep hitting the free throws.
Yeah, hopefully Harris can hit these. He's struggled with clutch free throws in the past, but he is normally a good free throw shooter.
Right, if you miss, now you're jinxing it. It's alright, you hit that one.
I'm just trying to pump out these NBA trade articles. That's it. These trade.com. Just give me a reason. I dare you. I freaking dare you. Go mad with power.
I mean, that should be... Yeah, I got both.
Good.
So we're back again.
Atlanta still had a timeout, though, so here we go.
Why would they take the time out there?
Advance the ball.
Ah! Didn't know that. There you go.
Yep, they can move it right on up.
Sneaky. Can they all just YOLO it instead? Like, just throw it really far. Have everyone lined up. You've got to have one person.
Could, but the thing is, if you had, like, so you have your inbound person under the basket, and you had, like, 4 people in the closest court, like the one where your opponent's scoring, like, you're going to have defenders cherry picking essentially. So it really wouldn't make sense because you're not going to get past those defenders.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, so it's getting dead. So is the Eagles preseason chat prepared in your notebook in case we lose this? Yes, but I have to, in terms of after this stream, I have to go write an article.
What are you talking about? The Phillies are on. They're doing great.
Like,
They're
I even read Philly's article today. I know loads of bloody things about them now. But no,
things going great.
Yeah, there'll be more Eagle stuff coming. Don't you worry. It's just been a busy couple of weeks or so. So yeah, I promise I will get some more stuff out for you guys. I know I've been slack on YouTube this off season. It's not for the want of trying. It's just been tricky to keep up with, but we'll make sure we get some Eagles, especially with preseason. We'll make sure we do some watch-alongs for preseasons. Like there'll be plenty of them because they're the OGs, right? The preseason watch-alongs. And that was where the legend of Clayton Dawson was born, after all. So we have to bring them back. There's only 2 seconds left. Oh, nah, it's game, surely. No worries, D-Money Savage. No worries. Sorry, this is past my
All right, well, hold on. Why would Sirianni... Like, you could... He's more of a lame dad than a tool.
He's lovely.
Like...
I love him. I just honestly, to this day...
You could even say moron or closet genius, but a tool, I don't even know if that's applicable, because, like, he's at least, like, a genuine nice person.
I just still want him to call me a stinking state champion. If I could buy a cameo for him to do that, I would pay...
I just want to play rock, paper, scissors with him. That's really all I want to do. Or play ping pong against Dallas Goedert, because he's apparently a master. All right, and that does it.
Is that it? Is it
Just
done?
win by 5, 104.99.
There we go. Basketball's coming home. It's happening. The Sixers are alive. Survived, barely. How are you feeling after that? Is that a sigh of...
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Everything's great. Yeah, no, we're going to win it all. Yep.
Yeah. Would you feel better if they'd lost?
I wouldn't feel good no matter what. I mean, like, that's the thing is, you know what? You know how I would have felt good? And not even good, but fine. If Ben Simmons had a good game.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris had a good game, that's good. But if Ben Simmons had a good game and the bench had a good game, I would have felt good. But here's the reality of what happened tonight. Joel Embiid struggled, okay? Which, there's reasons for it, but it's still not good. Tobias Harris was fine. Seth Curry was good. Tyrese Maxey was very good. Doc Rivers struggled tonight. Ben Simmons struggled mightily tonight. The bench outside of Tyrese Maxey struggled mightily tonight. There were 5 bench points other than Tyrese Maxey's 16. 5. All right, and that's in a combined, 46 minutes played. 46 minutes, 5 points by the bench tonight. Just, yeah, I mean, can they win Game 7? Yeah, they can definitely win Game 7. Because, again, this Hawks team's not that good. That's the thing. That's why this should have been over in 4. 5 at the most. This Hawks team is not that good. So I feel fine. I think they can win Game 7. But to say that I feel good, no. I don't feel good about anything involving the Sixers.
On that note then, guys, I'm going to have to make like a banana and split and also stop saying that because I despise myself a little bit more each time I do. But I'm going to go write this post-game article up, so if you do want to read some words about what we've just witnessed, they will be up on phillysportsnetwork.com shortly. Thank you for hanging out, Ducks. Great to see you come in, my friend. Super great seeing you back in the stream again. Zach, I know we're going to probably be back for the Game 7, right? That's the big one. So we'll be here live streaming the watch along for that one. So if you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, all of that good stuff. And we'll be back for the next watch along for the Game 7, the do or die. And yeah, hopefully it ends in a similarly positive outcome. Any last words, Zach?
Yeah, no, it's just, I mean, you know, I've said all I can say about where the team is right now. You know, what I can say going forward is, you know, they're not dead yet. So Game 7 will still be exciting. I mean, it's a Game 7 in the playoffs. It's always going to be exciting. So watch, root, and what I can say, you know, for myself, you know, be sure to check out the coverage that the Sixers team through Philly Sports Network is providing, because I mean, our people, they're putting out great content, and I think that you're really going to enjoy it. So check that out. Check out our podcast, The Baseline Scoop. But otherwise, just you know, enjoy Philadelphia basketball as long as you have it.
Absolutely. So from myself, Liam Jenkins, from Zach Chauvalella, we will see you once again on, will it be Tuesday night?
Well, so that's the thing. So Game 7 is Sunday night.
Oh.
Which, in the States at least, is Father's Day. So I will play that stream by ear.
Okay, that's understandable. Fair enough. Yeah, it's going to be Father's Day here. I'll also have the COVID vaccine a few hours before, so we'll see how...
You might not be feeling great by then.
I'll just be here. I didn't hear no bow. I'm here. Let's go Sixers. Let's get it.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go. Potentially Sunday then. When am I streaming on Twitch again, Steve? I don't know. I want to try and start next week. It just might be a lot earlier than normal. I think that's the big thing, is finding what works on this weird body clock now. But I'll be back. I promise. I'm still alive. As are the Sixers. And we'll see you soon, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there for Sunday. We'll see you then.
MTC Beats.